Hello.
Hi.
Hi. A very good evening to everyone, of course, inside Twitch chat. And before we start, congratulations on your win yesterday.
Okay, full disclaimer, I'm sick.
It's yeah. So get well soon. But
Thank
tonight we
you.
are going to
Thank
be
you for
having.
casting.
Oh yeah, no problem. Always a pleasure. But yeah, tonight we're going to be having a Div 2 upper bracket semifinals this time around. It's going to be the ERA facing off against SP. I'm not going to bother pronouncing that right now because I'm a bit lazy right now. But if you flip it upside down, it sends a very interesting message. So those are the two teams that will be facing off tonight. By the looks of all the votes coming in, you guys are really rooting for ERA. Yeah, apparently everyone's just voting for ERA. But yeah, do you have any insight on both sides of these rosters?
Not particularly. It really just looks like a whole mix-up to me. I haven't. I was very interested in the Division 2 season when it first started off, but I kind of lost track of it because I'm not its division admin. But so far all I can say is that both teams seem to be set up pretty evenly. Although, I think. I do believe that Red Team is not running their full roster due to Koto having issues and a certain Australian Asian pipeline being cut, so
Ooh.
such that Australians all get 300 ping here now. So, yeah.
Yeah, so those, yeah.
I do believe this is one of the most even matches we're gonna see throughout the season. So,
Ooh.
hopefully they'll give us a good show.
Hopefully, indeed. Tonight we are gonna have potentially 3 maps once again, same as yesterday night. As per all the playoff games, it's gonna be the best of 3 for now. CP Gully Wash is gonna be the first map that we are currently on, followed by CP Process, and fingers crossed we get pushed into a 3rd map once again, which is gonna be CP Snakewater. Different maps compared to yesterday's cast, but definitely all gonna be very exciting. So just gonna have to go ahead and give them the green light, and then we can start straight away. So keep those votes coming in. I do think... Oh, no, technically the votes are closed already, but it does look like... yeah, everyone that voted, those 7 people who tossed in those votes, all voted for ERA. Okay, not much confidence into the side of SP, but... oh, okay, we're just gonna have to see how things play out, because we are gonna be going live shortly. We are on an AF server, of course, so that means there's going to be a live on the next restart. We're going to have go through the rosters really quickly because, once again, as usual, I forget in old age. I forget stuff. So for the side of ERA, we're going to have Slayer as the medic. Demoman is going to be Surf. Floaty and Striker are going to be the 2 solis. And the scouts, of course, are going to be Momotan and Posey. He's going to put the other team's roster on hold for now because we are going to be going into the mid-fight. We're going to have Surf already spamming down those stickies. Harvey gonna start to do the exact same thing as well, and we're gonna see a lot of damage being traded on the point right now. We see some stickies that are in play for the side of ERA, and that is Floaty that's gonna be going down first. They do pick up, the medic as well, so that is pretty big pick, but doesn't really matter when everyone else dies. Holy crap, ERA.
ERA just wiping against sapnu puas, full aggression. I mean, it looked really good for ERA back there, but then sapnu puas just came in, jumping in for the medic and picking him off at the critical moment and wiping the rest of the team in the process. Some really well-timed aggression from all of them at once.
Definitely a lot of aggression coming out on this first point, first game, first map, and yeah, SP just coming out strong, and all the votes casted in favor of ERA. They may begin to start having second thoughts, but then again, this is just the first. It's just the beginning. The night is still young. So we're gonna have Striker up top. Gonna see if he can rain down those rockets. Trying to land those air shots, but just not quite connecting the rockets. And we have Floaty coming up from behind.
Oh my goodness, Floaty just coming in, using his knowledge of the enemy position to just bomb in and basically almost wipe the entire enemy team. The only person up going to be Sir9 running all the way back. There's no way he can do anything to stop. Just the rest of Blue just rolling in here. That was a great play by Floaty.
Oh jeez, Floaty coming in with the 3k, taking on the medic as well. Huge for their team, and apparently
Harvey
takes out.
Harvey peeked that shutter and got immediately eliminated. But I'm not sure they know that Repulse is still in that forward shutter. If he can come out here quickly enough, he might be able to get something for his team. Oh.
Repulse is inside.
Yeah, he's just taking a fight with the Shogun. That's pick off Floaty. But the push is already coming from blue team. They're all running in here. ERA putting stickies up and getting a scout on the point. It's up to Posey here to take out the demo set that they can cap.
Yep, Posey trying his best to just toss out those scatter shots. He does take down a couple of people, takes down Harvey, but he's going to go down to the rockets coming from Repulse, who comes out of nowhere. And yeah, time for them to back out once again. Despite that full Uber ad, they're going to have to back out all the way. The medic's still up and well though, all the way back at the midpoint together with Floaty, and Surf just watching the big door with Floaty jumping back to choke. So it's just going to be a reset. Everyone's just going to congregate back on the midpoint, while the SP players are just going to go and grab their second point.
That last push just took far too long. Like, even though they had Repulse in the back lines, probably just shook their confidence a little and they pushed in and didn't focus enough on the right things. Especially Posey took too long to just eliminate the demo behind below the point, so they weren't able to just get on the cap.
Yeah, and I do believe that Uber was forced, so that is going to be pretty good for the side of ERA. They're going to have that 55% charge commit to Smash 14, and they do grab that midpoint though, so that is going to be something that they have to play around. Itachi going down through the drop down to see if he can get any surprise picks, but there's no one there at choke right now. He's just waiting for the right time to strike. Slayer is going to build his charge up soon. He's at 95. That's possibly going to push into mid. I don't know why the SP players are still holding on pretty close. I think they just want to contest this. We've got people looking down, drop down.
It's just one soldier.
Oh no! Slayer got to get caught out right there. The Solly inside the drop down. He does have to pop his supercharge, but is not in not in a very good position to maintain that flashing on his teammates. So he's going to be down below, slowly making his way back up the elbow while Floaty makes his way through choke at 2 health.
Oh boy!
He's going to die to the tickle from the scout.
Cap's gonna get stopped right as it's just nipple heads away from going out, which means that in this fight, a lot of the initiative is going to be going to the red team's SP, and I think they're going to be rolling this far forward because currently ERA are 2 people down, and they're going to get caught at big door here if they're not moving fast enough. Yep, see Surf just gets caught out, and now Repulse is going to bomb into river to see if he can find any frags. But the rest of ERA should be able to safely get out of this point and start readying themselves for the last hold.
Yeah, so that is SP going to be able to grab that second point and just getting ready to get into positions before they decide to push into last. Currently no off-classing though for the side of ERA. And nope, there we go. Right as I said that, Posey's going to be on the sniper trying to see if he can get that very juicy headshot down onto the medic. He does spot the scout at the balcony. He doesn't really land the shot. It's fine. What he wants is that medic. He lands a body shot, but it's not going to be able to do much with that overkill in on that Solly. Both medics, of course, holding on to the Uber charge, just waiting for something to happen to see whichever team decides to make the mistake first or decides to overcommit. But as of right now, it's just going to be a standoff. Just spamming, just trading some spam over at the balcony. We've got Sir9 up inside river, just peeking around, making sure...
Oh man, Harvey overextends the floaty and gets rocketed down. With a demo down, it's going to trigger a bit of aggression from the enemy team. I want to see some soldiers jump in and try to work off another pick. But so far, they're just waiting for buffs and not going in, so...
Yeah, not too keen on pushing out, but we've got Posey trying to be the daring one, pushing out together with the Solly and the medic now coming out. They spot everyone inside the riverside. The Solly with the rocket striker trying to strike down his enemies, but we have everyone for the side of SP just pushing through the riverside.
They're coming through to river, oh goodness.
Ooh, no, they changed their mind, they're going to be backing out.
I mean, the entire blue team just rotated back.
Yeah.
One more time checking for Repulse down there, taking a 1v1 underwater. Decides to run away, not pick up that fight, but it's just gonna let Repulse
still
do a
the point. He's gonna be
going
the
for the
distraction.
point now.
He might be the distraction that the team needs. Repulse still up alive, but the team doesn't really come in to support his attempted cap right there. They're just still stuck inside river. Tries to get those air shots down. Floaty missing the rockets. 1 health, gonna be tickled down with the scatter shots. Both medics still holding on to their Uber charge though. Not too keen on pushing in so soon, and with the fact that, you know, with Floaty down, this actually might be the optimal time maybe. They got 8 seconds, but they're going to drop Sir9. Probably either a sacrifice or just...
Yeah, they want to keep that time up on the point in order to come in at the right moment and just to have someone on the point and then cap it while the fight is happening. But I'm not sure Sir9 sacking in there was good. Like, this is like such aggressive peeking for a Division 2 team. Wait, Smash drops! Oh my god, wow, I was like rambling my mouth off. Floaty just jumped straight to river and got onto Smash and dropped him. That's quite unfortunate, but that's gonna signal the push from... That has to signal the push from EIA. They've got to do something here.
Yeah, they're gonna start pushing out right now. Posey's gonna get bounced up by the rocket, but he's gonna be fine. We still got Solly inside the river, so he's trying to make his way all the way through Itachi. inside the river together with the scout. The scout trying to go forward and gain some
Oh,
ground.
boy.
Apples standing on the point, trying to get some catch time up. With Itachi still under the point, waiting for the optimal time to strike, but he's going to get spotted out by Striker. They're just going to trade some rockets right now, and he's going to have to back out to avoid any further losses for their team. But it doesn't look like he just want to go in straight away. Tries to get the force down to the medic, but doesn't really scare him at all.
No, the medic has already popped the Zuba a long time ago. SP is currently just running around the point, pushing in as aggressively against the players that do not exist on ERA, but ERA is actually holding this really well. They've managed to defend themselves, and the medic is still up, and this is exactly the sort of situation that SP does not need right now. Itachi is going in to try and follow up the damage on Floaty, but he's done so much, but can only do so little with the amount of rockets he's been given as the soldier class. And I do believe EIA have successfully held this. Oh.
Yeah, they successfully held that lovely juice coming out from Slayer right there, surviving all that spam. He's going to be able to grab his overcharge right now as we speak, and his team is going to try to recapture their second point, gain some breathing room, and then continue to push on out. Striker's just going to be watching last on his own, that's fine. And the spawners for the side of the SP player is going to have to try their best to defend the midpoint, but the Uber is going to be coming in. They need to take down the medic, but the medic pops their Uber as well, and that is going to be the Uber traded on the mid fight. They're just going to have to back out right now with the much better Uber into the hands of SP. They're just backing out, and everyone, apparently Apple goes down.
That was a sticky trap there that Surf obviously did not have any eyes on, but he just dead it at the perfect moment when Apples was running across it and got him. But that was a pretty good rebound from sapnu Noir. Like, they saw this Uber coming in and they got it, I think, almost right as Uber was coming in, and they just pushed them back. But ERA, all they have to do is just make this push right, get into mid, try and see if they can get like the proper picks off. Yeah, it all comes down to whether SP is gonna make mistakes that ERA can capitalize off. Unless Floaty can do something as a roamer. Like, so far what I'm seeing from these teams is that they don't really like the stalemate. They like to have people peeking, constantly going in for plays. So hopefully they keep some of this up, because this is actually some really exciting gameplay.
Yep, everyone's getting buffed up, as you can see on the rosters. Everyone's in the green, almost everyone's in the green. Sunai's a little bit low, but he's going to grab the health back. He's going to be fine. It doesn't let it just peeking through the big door. We've got Floaty as well as Momotan just peeking through. Momotan going to be the first one to eat a face full of rockets, and he's going to go down. Sunai just watching the choke as well. And we got Floaty floating away at 6 health, going to grab that medium health back to bring his health back up. And we've got the medic inside that big door. Surf going to try to toss out those stickies to prevent anyone from coming out and doing any sneaky stuff. But Repulse is currently inside the river for their team. And let's actually see what he can do. He's just looking around the lobby, keeping his eye out on the riverside, yet to be spotted, and there you go. He does spot Striker, but Striker doesn't really see him either.
Trying to
eventually does spot him. And
oh my god, that's quite unfortunate. Repulse 11 health just gets away with it. He's still gonna be around to disturb them, but with the amount of health that he has to go for something soon. Although you can see ERA's positioning is so nervous, they don't want to put their medic in a position where Repulse can actually do something with his bomb. But at the same time, they need to hold these chokes down, or the rest of sapnu Noir is just gonna come in, flood them.
Yeah, Repulse is still just waltzing about inside the riverside. I'm surprised they didn't send anyone to just go pick him off. Floaty just going to start trading some rocket spam together with the other solis right there, Itachi. Apparently Surnine has gone behind into the river to support his soli, and Momotan is facing off against the both of them. So that is not looking up for the side of ERA when they've got a player stuck behind their own lines, apparently.
So close to going down 3 health, holding that river, but Prosy refuses to chase him, and Surnine is still running around somewhere as well.
Wow.
I don't know what they're gonna be doing here. I guess Surnine has backed out to Big Dog, but Repulse finally! A thorn in their backsides goes down. Oh my god, but
finally.
Essentially he was just there to be a distraction. They didn't really manage to do very much of that play.
Yeah, Repulse wasn't really doing much for his team. They are going to pop that overcharge straight away, and Striker's going to start going in. Has decided on the laggy demo man, and he's just going to float his way to safety apparently. Floaty's still up inside their own riverside. The service is going to be on the point, trying to toss out those stickies as well as pipes. Apple's just joking about, not wanting to get hit by any of those explosions. Still up in well, trying to fight on the point. We've got a jumping Soli coming in, Repulse, but apparently there's a backcap going down. The ERA players are not ready for this. They're just gonna have to come back in, and Floaty comes in.
Oh, they're ready. They're coming in. Repulse now jumping in onto the medic, but the hops from Slayer just saving himself with what, about 30 health left. And now the rest of EIA can confidently push in, since there's only 3 people up, both scouts for the side of sapnu Noir. They can retake this midpoint. That was that play for the that black cap play almost worked, but Floaty and someone else came back to stop it long enough for the rest of the combo to come back and crush that back cap.
So both Ubers are going to be relatively equal right now for Smez as well as Slayer. And right now it's just going to be, it's pretty much a similar thing. It's just that it's on the other side of the map this time around with ERA on the third point and the SP players standing.
That's a really extended fight just to recap.
Yeah. And no one has captured a point yet. No one has got a map point yet. We are currently about 12 or so minutes in. And this is probably one of the longer first rounds we've ever had. We've got Uber charges ready for both sides. It does look like they're just peeking through. And as of right now, it's just going to be a spam fest. No one's too keen on losing their first map. It affects morale, of course. Everyone knows that. Momentan just peeking through the big door. We've got Sun9 just spamming down with that pew pew pistol. And it's just going to be a spam fest for now.
Harvey's ping going up to 111. He's saying, "Oh my god, it's so laggy." As a demo man, you don't want that lag, but he's successfully spamming out people, making sure that they don't come to the strokes. And so far, no one has taken the risk this hold. Serve is actually holding all the way back at choke.
Floaty almost lands that air shot.
20 health on Smith.
Holy crap! Balls of steel, not popping that Uber charge and just surfing away from the rocket. Dodges death, and
Itachi's gonna come through this choke and force out the Uber. It's about an even trade, a little bit in the favor of ERA. Itachi's looking to get out right now, but he's getting a little bit caught. I don't think Striker should overextend here. It's just a trade to reset and see whether any flaws in the enemy's defense has been made. But so far it seems that both teams are fairly solid. It's up to the Roma here to make something happen.
Yeah, valiant attempt coming up from Floaty to try to get the force, either the force or the drop. But right now, that's pretty much going to be it for now. Everyone's just going to reset, grind out that Uber charge again, and possibly, fingers crossed, I want to see some off-classing going on.
Well, both teams don't really seem to like off-classing at this point. Like, scouts don't, like, since you have a Roma that's fully capable on the side of ERA, I think they do want to go more for like floaty sacks and just soldier bombs in general to see whether they can make something happen. While Posey and Momotan just take a little bit of a backseat. But if things aren't working, I'm sure that they're intelligent enough to change up their strategy. Well, hopefully.
Hopefully. But both Vetis are going to be holding on to that full Uber charge. We are going to be 15 minutes and 32 seconds counting down on the server clock. No one is yet to cap the first point.
Momotan going down on the flank again. I think that's going to signal Itachi to try and take another trade. Yep, here we go. He's finally trading. Do a lot of damage to Floaty. Floaty only forcing out about 2 seconds after the Uber has been popped though. It's going to be a bit of a sticky situation. Floaty wants to get out that damage, but Javi has successfully backed him out, and it's another trade. But this is great. Like, this is the sort of gameplay you want to see. They're just going back and forth, testing the waters. They do bring Momotan back out on the Huntsman Sniper, so they're gonna try some unorthodox plays to see if they can get something down. Do 120 to repulse, and that's what Floaty is looking for. He's going in through the flank, looking for an opportunity to do something.
Yeah, Huntsman Sniper is currently in play. What he wants to get, of course, is that light bulb into the head of the medic. But he's just peeking around left and right. Big door, he's trying to see the other sniper. Lands a shot down, I think. Maybe not, because Cerna is still at full health. Not full health, but 101. I do believe he just knocked off the overheal. But right now, it's just going to be a matter of spam to see who either gets killed first or who just decides to trade another Uber. Very slight but negligible ad, but once again, both legs are going to have that Uber charge ready to go. Big door, just going to be a little bit of spam left and right. We've got Momotan make his way to the front lines this time around. Can he land a shot down? Nope.
Ooh.
Oh, he does land it down. Holy crap, Cerna going to be really low.
That's on Cerna. And Javi eating that arrow again into. It's up to Cerna here to try and do something with Momotan just spamming arrows into the doorway. So far, he hasn't been successful in hitting anything, but he has the advantage of peeking. You know, he only has to peek for a second.
Yeah, just toss out that arrow and then just go back into hiding. But yes.
Oh, repulse does force out the Uber by going through drop down, I believe. And now ERA are gonna have to hold back because they're holding with a massive disadvantage. Momotan attempting to leak behind, but that's not gonna happen. And the rest of sapnu looking to get in through big door. Itachi killing the soldier before the Uber has been forced out, and Smes is just gonna walk in here saying, I don't have to force. Oh, but Bin's doing so. Stuff just drops the man. And now the advantages are the Uber advantage has fallen back into the hands of Slayer once more. They are gonna have to back out here again though, but Smash saying I don't have to pop here might just have been their downfall.
Yeah, so that is going to be another +2. Get those +2s in chat once again. We're going to have Slayer at 62% charge with Smash just spawning in right now. There are still snipers in play for the side of, well, not anymore. Sunlight just bites the dust. Going to have a solid bombing on the point, but Surf lands those pipe, and that is Itachi going down. Repulse does take down Momotan after that. We're going to see some trading with Striker as well as, well, Striker's in a lot of tiny pieces, a lot of different places, but Repulse goes down as well. So they are going to be able to re-grab this midpoint and once again reset into positions. Slayer's going to have his fully recharged ready to go. I do think they are just going to push forward a little bit more aggressively because they do know they have that pretty sizable ad.
Yeah, this was definitely a win for the side of EIA. That drop was so massive by Surf. It's going to put Slayer in a position where they can just push into second here and not get contested by the enemy team. Although at 80%, Smash is definitely going to get Uber by the time that they back out to last. So we're going to be seeing a last hold from sapnu Noas this time. Full reverse. I think like we've gone back and forth quite a lot in the last 18 minutes.
Yep. Itachi's picking through the main shutter doors right now. He's trying to see if he can get his way down. Uber gets flashed onto him, and the Ubers are going to be traded at the front, in front of the lower lobby. He's going to retreat back through the lower lobby. Floaty's currently still behind them inside the river though, so he might be able to jump in, possibly bomb in, and get a surprise pick down onto the medic, but they are just trying to spam him out.
On needles. Tried to arrow his soldier, but I think loadouts went down for him. Alright, he's back on arrows. But that was quite nerve-wracking for a second. In any case, the ad is still a bit in the hands of Slayer. Apple's going down on the... I assume he was counter-sacking for Floaty. But I don't think this ad is gonna be something that ERA is gonna work off of. Hope maybe they will, but I don't think they're gonna be able to achieve so much with it. Striker jumping in though, going straight. But in the process, Floaty has died somewhere else, and that might
behind them.
That might trigger another push.
Yeah, they're backing up all the way to the second point with the SP players slowly inching their way out. Senai just checking around behind, make sure there are no people leaking around. They've got Sticky spotted right there, not anymore. It does get right clicked off. And Smez is going to get his super charge up soon, as will Slayer, and everyone's just resetting back to the same positions they were. Second point pushing towards the lower lobby. We've got Itachi inside the river right now, just trying to pick his way through, poke around. Repulse coming in as well to try and assist his solid.
Repulse going straight in, oh, but he's getting so floated. What can you do? There are 3 hit scan classes shooting, and you strike a pull out of the shotgun as well. And Itachi cannot get caught here. If Itachi gets caught, he is going to be the reason that the rest of the team push. But once he gets caught off by Harvey doing the 0 IQ hold, as Lo calls it, and fine.
0 IQ hold. We are still having a sniper in play though. Sir9 is still running that sniper role, so he's trying to get that pick down to the medic, or anyone else for that matter, to prevent any number ads from coming in. But Vetia's still holding onto the little charge, still up and well. We've got Floaty once again just peeking through, gonna get a huge body shot down onto him, but he's gonna be fine, jumping back with 16 health. The medic's gonna bring him back up, all fine and dandy. Posy's gonna be on sniper roll this time around as well. It's gonna be another sniper duel between these two gentlemen, and
it's quite interesting that so far most of the plays haven't been made by any off classes whatsoever. Most of them have happened because one person or another. Sir9 almost actually gets Floaty there. Yeah. One player or another has just managed to make something happen.
Very good positioning coming up from Smez though, just dancing about that pillar, and Posy's not even able to get a headshot down. And right now they're just trying to spam him out of that riverside. They know he's there, they just want to remove him from that position. And very good play coming out from the SP players, just spam that sniper away. And one less thing to worry about. Sir9's going to be in the riverside as well. Going to try to see if he can pick his way through. Almost get the headshot down onto Sir, but it doesn't quite connect, and he's going to get spammed out as well. Going to have to rotate back around. Both medics still holding on to the Uber charge. Waiting for their snipers to actually get the job done.
Yeah, I can say that these soldiers are certainly not afraid to spam out sniper positions. Like, they are always constantly trying to make room. Posy getting a headshot on the rebounds to make him back out, while Floaty picks off someone else, but finally dies the apples. It's just trading people back and forth. I do not care about gifts right now. I want to see some frags.
Yep, so they're just going to have to reset about. Both of them still holding on to that Uber charge. We're going to have a spy player this time around. Apples is going to be the sneaky man. He's going to be cloaked under the lower lobby right now. He knows where everyone else is. What he wants to do is, of course, look out for that medic. We don't have a sniper in play for the side of SP. He spots the sniper. He's waiting for his cloak to recharge, so just got to go through some security cam footage right now. Apple's just picking his way through. Itachi coming forward, trying to get the picks down to anyone. Repulse goes down to Surf's stickies.
Oh boy, that is actually triggering the push. They're all coming in right now. The Uber finally forced out, but there are already two people on the point, and they're just jumping all about it, trying to block the cap. But ERA just stands on it relentlessly. That spy play from Apples might have been quite unfortunately timed. Repulse going down there was definitely not the best idea, especially when you have a spy in play.
Yeah. So a bit of a shame that Apples wasn't able to get anything done. They just pushed in, and Apples was just left behind, and everyone just snagged on the point, and they snagged the first point. ERA gonna be able to grab that first point after about, I would say, 22 minutes. A very long round. We have the first point up onto the scoreboard. If this continues, I think it's gonna be a 1-0, but who knows? This may trigger the aggression coming out from SP, so we're just going to have to see how they decide to play through with just under 8 minutes on the clock. So just going to have to see what they can do, what they want to do, and what they need to do actually. Pause going down, not anymore, and we're just going to start on the second round. ERA Surf just doing the standard rollout. Compared to Harvey, he's going down by the lower lobby instead, so I do believe Surf is going to go through the main choke area. Yes, he is going to start spamming down onto that elbow, but as of right now, there's no one coming up from there.
Harvey tried to walk up the right side. Oh my god, Momotan rushing straight to Red Banana and two-shotting smash. This is a very bad start for sapnu Noas, who have to back out. There are only one scout and soldier left, and Repulse is just seconds away from getting kicked. But in the process, what just happened? Everything just turned around somehow.
MGE Gully Wash mid, let's go. It's Floaty against Repulse right now. I think both going back to grab those health packs. Floaty is going to try to grab that 100 health pack, but he's going to just back out in the end with Reunite with the rest of his team. Momotan's going to be coming in though, going to try to get the pick up onto Repulse, going to jump his way onto the point as well. As of right now, the point is still up for grabs apparently. No one has capped it yet. Surf finally making his way back to the front lines. Despite everyone else going down, midpoint still up for grab, but it does look like SP might be the one to grab this point.
Yeah, both teams are kind of complaining that they don't have loadouts right now, which is probably why Smash was running needles. But hopefully they'll be able to resolve that, because needle, if you're not using arrows, you're basically burdening your team. Apple's going down on the flank, and Posey's out for blood. Harvey is a bit overextended, and then that's 2 picks for the side of ERA. They might be able to make something work here, although the rest of sapnu Noas is pushing hard through this big door. Uber has been popped off by Smes, and it's currently a technically 4v4 situation. ERA having to back out the lobby with Slayer just at 80%. I don't think they're going to be able to contest this here, although Momotan is running in behind, trying to pick up a frag, but unfortunately goes down. And with 2 people down for the side of ERA, sapnu Noas might be able to just get a pick, or at least make the Uber force out.
Yeah, Itachi's inside River right now. You know, he's just trying to spam his way through, but Floaty's going to be coming in to try to push him back. Itachi just going to go back and reunite together with his medic. Momo's going to be on sniper this time around. Nope, swap back out to Scout. They've got their full recharge, so they're just going to try to push out on this. Itachi going to be caught out really low. Shiny Scouts and Solly going to be coming out.
Do they know that Repulse is below the point though? That is the real question, because they do not seem to be leaving anyone behind except Surf, who is currently half health. Finally, Repulse gets onto the point, and now it's a race to see who can cap it first, but Surf gets denied off the point, and Repulse caps it off right as ERA felt that they were in the clear. That was a crucial play.
Yeah, and the sticky's just not in the right places at the right time. Poor Surf goes down to the rockets coming from Repulse in the end. So they're going to get that sneaky back camp while everyone else was pushed out with that Uber charge. And we are going to start again on another mid fight. We're going to have Striker making his way through. The big dog going to start jumping the point together with the rest of his team.
God.
Floaty once again jumping forward, has his sights down onto the medic. Can he get those rockets to land? He does take down the heavy weapons guy, but the scout comes in to save the day, and Apples comes in to prevent another
heavy weapons guy. Heavy weapons? Wait. Okay, it was the demo. You said heavy weapons. Alright.
Okay.
Alright, but the demo does go down, and crucially Smash doesn't. So it's currently even Uber's holding. I'm not sure that Surf wants to contest this right now. They've given up a bit too much time for this to happen. The best play that could be hoped for is waiting for someone to screw up at this point. But ERA are actually peaking so aggressively considering that they are holding last 1-1. I don't know. The next 4 minutes could go down into a golden cap, but surely sapnu want to make something happen before that.
Yep, Sernai is currently the only one all the way far forward in the front lines. Everyone else is just hanging back, defending this second point. Both of these, of course, they do have their Uber charge ready to go. Posey still on that sniper roll, trying to peek through the lower lobby as well as Riverside. As of right now, no off-classing for the side of SP. There's no need for them to, actually. They're just happy to defend that point right now. 3 minutes and 30 seconds counting down for the server clock, and Floaty is going to spot him right there, finishing off Repulse with a lovely rocket to his face. We're going to see him try to jump up to get those scouts, but the scatter shots coming out, just absolutely denying his jump. Not able to do anything at all. And both medics, of course, still up and well, holding on to that full Uber charge with Repulse down, as well as Floaty down. As of right now, not too keen on going anywhere.
0 IQ hold currently being held by Surf, who's just spamming rollers, making space for his sniper. Posey is just gonna wait for the opportunity to try and get a headshot on somebody, but Repulse is on Spy trying to sort out his loadout so he isn't using the kunai. Going in, see if he can make something happen. And so far, based on one piece of evidence, Spy hasn't been the best play for sapnu, but if he moves in here without getting caught out, he might be able to make something happen. I don't think they know that he's Spy yet.
Yeah, I don't think they know. He almost gets caught by the random spam coming up from Floaty. He's just inside secret now. He knows Momotan's there. He knows where the sentry is.
Posey running Spy in turn though. We've got some counter espionage plays happening right here. Repulse almost in a position to make something happen.
Staying at spawn, just counting the players to see if he can decloak. Changing his disguise.
Here we go. I think this is the moment he's waiting for.
Posey
getting caught out. That's show that Repulse is gonna show Posey how it's done here. Decloaking, disguised as an enemy scout. No one has turned their backs to him. Medic sees him. Medic calls. Spy!
He still picks
Surf gets
up,
caught in right at that moment. Itachi jumps in, but there's a sentry below the point. They did not expect that one. This might still possibly be a hold for ERA with that sentry position there. All a striker has to do is hold out long enough with Repulse and Apples running around the point. And that sentry there is crucial in defending sapnu. Like, there was a sentry in secret the entire time and they didn't realize, and now they're gonna have to back out.
Floaty with those rockets, landing 3 of them straight into the face of Itachi, who's currently under the point right now. They do know he's there. This spam coming up is going to take him down. Floaty
Striker going in, picks up Smash crucially with an arrow from his medic. And this is a position that doesn't seem very well to hold, but Repulse going in for the spy play again. Not very successful, goes down with only 1 minute left. Can ERA push this all the way to the enemy team's last? They've got all the momentum possible. They just need to leave a scout here and push all the way forward.
They're going to have that Uber charge up soon, so they really need to rush this out. 47 seconds, it's going to be extremely tight. I don't even think if this is possible, though.
I think this is possible. I believe this is possible. With Sernine in such a poor position, the moment he goes down, this is the... it probably will be the end of any defense that sapnu can put up at last. See, ERA is already aggressing so much. Apples has been taken down somewhere behind, and Sir9 is caught elsewhere.
They've got 20 seconds. They've got 20 seconds to make this work.
For the point.
Striker's in right now. He's trying to use his shotgun to take down anyone at all, but the Ubersaw comes out. Plus 25 for the medic on the side. Oh.
And Spes gets Uber at the last second, holding it with 8 seconds left in the Uber with only 2. I think this is a great
Momo's on secret. He's going to have to fight the medic. He's going to have to cap this point on his own, but 3 seconds left. I don't think he can do anything at all despite those 2 scouts right there. It's going to be a tie. What a huge shame if he took down everyone.
That was great from EIA. They saw every opportunity and they took it in order to push it straight into last. But unfortunately, at that point, at that last point, someone got sawed, and that's just very that saw crucially saved the game. Smash pulling it out at the end to just hold it for his team. That Uber pop on the point was the last straw for any hopes that EIA had to pick up this last point and just not have this go into a golden cap. But well, things just don't turn out that way, and now we're gonna go into a golden cap to see who can pick up Galiosh. So intense right off the bat.
Holy crap!
I told you that these 2 teams were the teams that were gonna give us the best show.
Ooh, yeah, we got the logs up on screen right now. 10k damage coming up from Itachi. Floaty with another 10k as well. We've got Repulse of 8.9. Going through the list all the way down, we've got Harvey down at 3.2 for his demo roll. That is a little bit disappointing with Surf up there at 5.7, but definitely the two Solis popping out the most of the damage. Looking down at the medic logs right here, we've got 2 drops coming up from Smash, both very unfortunate indeed. Yeah, looking at the heal spread, fairly even, about the same spread, I would guess. You see 32% heals for both of those solis right there. The demo and the soli, you know, the roamer, I guess, are pretty much interchangeable. And of course, the scouts receiving lesser heals right there. And apparently, as you can see, we've got repulse on the side of Slayer's heals as well. So there you go. That's what you get from healing spies. And that is going to be the heals for both sides, of course. Now, we're just going to be waiting for the next round to start, the Golden Cap. There we go, that's the reset going down for the Golden Cap. And very interested to see how things play through, because that was extremely close with that Ubisoft coming out. And it's just, that was the downfall for ERA.
This is as good as it gets in Div 2, really. Like,
Yeah.
I would say that both teams didn't really make, like, any general mistakes that I could identify. Like, they're both playing as well as they can. No one is sticking out as particularly burdening. Although if Harvey could put out a bit more damage for his team, that would certainly tip the balance, a bit. Because he's currently not doing as much as Surf, I believe.
Yep. Surf was like 5k, Harvey was at about 3-ish or so. But yeah, everyone's just floating back into the server to carry on with the Golden Cap.
I mean, yeah, I guess there are critical people who are kind of dragging down the team. I mean, Sir9 and Apple's at 120 DPM. It was a pretty still matey game, so not much work for scouts to be done, but there's so much damage coming out from Floaty to pick things up for his team, and at the same time, a lot of good plays coming out from sapnu to make sure that they didn't collapse at certain points, and also able to push forward at those last moments. Although, to be fair, in EIA's defense, EIA won the point off of a really good push, and sapnu picked up a point because Repulse backcap.
Yeah.
So clearly you can see that there's sort of a bit more coordination on one side.
Yeah.
But it really is one of the more even games I've ever seen.
No straight up rolls, and even more so when we're on Gully Wash. This map is known for rolls apparently, and it's either one side gets rolled or the other side. Well, that goes without saying, but we're just going to be waiting for that the Golden Cap to start. I think it might go into ERA's hands because they're definitely, as you mentioned, a little bit more coordinated. And that last point push, if they didn't get that plus 25 for Smez, they possibly would have capped it within that very, very tiny time limit. They got so much capture time on it, but then that Uber just didn't allow them to finish the job.
They're currently asking for help on how to exec the config, but I myself am not very sure. You think this is gonna last half an hour? I mean, they could just try.
Yeah, I don't think it might. Well, hard to say. I mean, the first round did take about 20 or so minutes, so.
Well, they're just gonna go ahead and start. I'm not gonna interfere with them. This is their choice. Hopefully they don't last a full half an hour, because that is just insanity.
Yep. And we're gonna be live on the next restart. Everyone's just getting into the hang of stuff right now. Just practicing their rollouts as usual.
This is literally the first map, and we're already going to a Golden Cap.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this is gonna be a very exhausting game for both sides. Like, it's already so close. Like, they haven't even decided who has the advantage here.
Oh yeah. So here we go. Surf's going to make his way on mid through the big door. Harvey doing the exact same thing. Both scouts, of course, are going to make their way onto the point and start shooting at each other. Striker going to be jumping forward. They have their sights down into the medic. They're going to get caught out. So many players going to eat all that spam. Sir9 and Harvey going to get taken down. Floaty going down as well as Striker. And the medic, of course, for the side of SP, so low. 64 health, 67. Trying to heal this scout and run all the way out.
Man,
Apple's just the only one up together with him. And they're just going to have to back out all the way to the last to grind that Uber charge out.
We had two players from for the side of Sapnu Noas attempt to leak into the back, but then they got eliminated pretty quickly, and that put Sapnu Noas in a position where they couldn't really do anything. They were just stuck there in banana, and that triggered a jump from the enemy soldiers. But unfortunately, there wasn't enough. Like, I could have seen a lot more aggression coming out from EIA in order to crush the enemy. They crushed the enemies, because you could see that all of them were really low at a certain point, and if they had just if they had just decided to push a little bit, that would have been the moment where things would have turned around for ERA. But now it's just going to be a stalemate, and in the process, Floaty getting caught by a sticky trap and Momotan just getting caught by a Soldier River. This is probably going to have Sapnu Noas push out and attempt to recap their second point.
Yeah, Floaty just getting absolutely decimated inside River, and we've got Repulse coming in from the Riverside as well. Repulse going to be jumping forward, has his Cyclone Strike, but that sticky trap is going to take him down. Scattershot's going to come out and take down Itachi as well. That's two players down. This is probably going to signal the push, but Slayer does pop his Uber Charge with Smith still holding on to his. So this is going to be a really tight, well, I don't even think they're going to push in with his. Well, actually, they might. Or does Floaty just want to try to get the force down?
Yeah, two people sacrificed in order for the Uber to come out. Now Smash has full Uber charge, and ERA is holding very close. I very much like to see them make a push here, but they're just holding a little bit too far back in order to do anything truly effective. And the rest of ERA are wisely deciding that positioning themselves so forward when the enemy has the full Uber charge is not the best idea. Now the rest of Sapnu Noas are looking to get into lobby and try and find an angle in which they can get a good Uber charge, but ERA is already so far out. Floaty jumping in to try and get the Uber charge. The Uber charge has finally been forced, and the rest of ERA is gonna rush out, but Posey gets caught in the process. And now ERA have to hold that midpoint with two players down, which I don't think they're gonna be very successful at.
Momotan is still behind them though. He's still currently inside the river. He's not going to possibly get any back caps going on. Maybe just sneak around to try to get the picks down to the medic. He's a little bit confused on what he should be doing. He has the medics in his sight. Can he land those body shots down that he need? Just left click his way through, but he doesn't quite get the kill down onto the medic. The medic is still going to be alive. Repulse going down, Itachi going down, Sir9 going down, the Slayer's going down as well. That's three players down for the side of SP, but they do lose the medic for the side of ERA. They are going to drop Posey as well, with Momotan just slowly pushing forward to try and recapture the second point. Lots of catch time on the midpoint, but that is pretty much going to be it for the side of SP. They're not going to cap it anymore. Striker's going to be inside the Riverside, just jumping on through to see if he can get any...
Striker going all the way to last for a back cap. This might actually be it if Sir9 cannot stop this, but they both kill each other. Clutch second. Oh, that was really close. It might have been the end if Sir9 had not spawned up. But that was a decent push by ERA at mid. But unfortunately, the medic going down is going to put Smash in a position where he can start pushing up now. Hopefully they do something here, because they need to make it. They had a lot of time and they need to make this happen right now. Finally jumping through. Floaty gonna go for the force, obviously. So far hasn't managed to land any rockets and immediately gets destroyed by Itachi. And that's gonna be Momotan running in for the backup at last, but they critically against Sir9 just stopping it in time for the rest of his team to make this work.
I want to point out that Slayer is going to be running Kritzkrieg, so he has served on his Medibeat right now. They're going to start to pop that Kritzkrieg when they see fit. Still holding on to that charge for now. They know where the medic is, and there you go. Sticky traps are going to take down Posey. But apart from that right now, they're still hanging on to that Kritzkrieg despite majority of the SP players just staying on that midpoint. They could possibly just pop it in.
This is a really bad position to have Kritzkrieg in. The enemy medic, as the moment they identify that, yep, the crits has popped out, but it's Uber on the side of Sapnu Noas, completely invincible to the damage that they could be putting out. They have to get out here and find some way to make this work. Fight happening on the second point. The rest of ERA is just gonna try and back out the last, except Posey and Momotan while walking forward to try and get frags. But unfortunately, they're not putting out enough damage to warrant them being so aggressive with a Kritzkrieg in their hands. They have to just grind this out and look for the opportunity to frag the medic in order to make sure that that Kritzkrieg is in a good position. But now with the Uber advantages running so even, I don't think Slayer is going to be able to make this work in time. Oh, this is really looking bad for the side of ERA.
Yeah, they really need to grind out that Kritzkrieg and then use it immediately when they have it. They have to take out the medic, of course, but they're just grinding that Uber charge as well. They're holding so far away. They do not want to contest this point going up against a Kritzkrieg having to waste their Uber charge instead of using it to push the last. We're going to see Floaty up top inside River right now. He's possibly going to jump in and get the force. He's going to make his way through, getting the buffs from his medic.
Repulse dies to a sticky trap.
Oh, Kritzkrieg!
Kritzkrieg finally being popped.
Sticky Trap's gonna demolish Floaty off the screen, off the map. We've got scouts going down. Posey, he's gonna try to chase down Harvey. Wants to kill Slayer so badly, but Slayer makes it out alive, still holding on to that That crits Medigun though. He does look like he's
yeah,
going back to change to stock Medigun right now.
Yes, that is the right play because they're in such a poor position at last right now. But unfortunately, it's a bit too late. The rest of EIA are already dying, and sapnu Noir's running in straight for the point. Finally getting off that crit streak this side. I do not believe that that crit streak was the right play. But unfortunately, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And now, sapnu Noirs are gonna have to be the ones to pick up the first map and go into this next fully confident.
Yeah, they're gonna pick up the first map, and holy crap. Everyone who voted for ERA gonna have their dreams dashed because right now SP, they're gonna take the first win for the first map. CP Gully Wash 2-1 with the help of the golden cap. So for the second map, of course, it is going to be CP Process right now, and minor server issues, I think.
That really was very unfortunate. Like that isn't the way you play crits, because when you when you use it, when you have a crit squeak, you have to have the crit squeak pop before the enemy medic gets that Uber. Like having to rely on like a lucky sticky or a rocket coming into the medic before his reaction time can kick in is just, there's just too much luck involved. You have to come in before they get Uber, crush them, and then use that momentum to drive forward. The moment you are using crits and they have Uber at the same time, you're at an immediate disadvantage. Crit streak is the ultimate momentum weapon. The moment you use crit streak, you have to play more aggressively. You have to find all these openings in order to push in and like use it to create momentum for your team.
It was just a big shame that whenever they had crit screen, they had the Uber charge to go, and every time they pop their crit screen, the pocket crit screen target goes down to like sticky traps are just getting absolutely destroyed. So there's just the crits that just didn't work out for them. It's
They need to be grinding out a lot more. They have to be more focused on Uber tracking, when to go in. Like by the time you're already about 75-80%, I recommend you already be looking for an angle that you can work, because crit streak charges fairly fast, 25% faster, and especially when you know Ubers were even, you only have about 8 to 10 second window in which the enemy medic will not have Uber.
So definitely gonna have to work fast if they decide to run that crit streak again. But we are gonna be on the second match.
I do not believe it was the right play. It is definitely the reason why they lost Gully Wash, but props to them. They tried to make it work each time. They weren't being passive about it. They knew that if they played passively, that would be the end of them. They had to go for those clutch plays.
So we are going to be on the second map of the night, which is going to be CP Process, of course. We are going to be playing a best of 3. So if SP takes this map as well, that is going to be it for tonight. We're going to see the ERA players get pushed down into the lower bracket, while the SP players maintain their position up inside the upper bracket and go on to the upper bracket finals, which will be taking place next week. But of course, as the ERA players, they definitely not going to allow that to happen. They're not going to give it away easy, as we saw. Based on the previous map alone, it's really close so far for both sides, and I really want to see what they can do on CP Process right now. We're just going to be waiting on the last scouts join Apples to join in for the side of SP, and yeah, as of right now, that is yeah.
Process is gonna be a significantly different setup. It's definitely gonna be a lot more work. Like Process is a good map for soldiers to try and make things happen for the team, and especially since EIA is using Floaty, and Floaty is kind of likely one of the best soldiers in the server right now. Probably the best soldier in the server. If he can make things happen for his team, that EIA is gonna have a lot more momentum picked up in their favor, especially since Surf is a demo that is able to Surf is just all around at this point a better demo than Harvey, as we can see based on damage stats. So as long as he's shutting down the scouts, Floaty will be able to do much more for his team.
Yep, does look like they're all going to be readied up and geared to go. Of course, we are going to be on an AF server, so that means we are going to have a couple more resets before we go live on the next restart. There we go. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to see what Floaty can do on these mids, because he's been just bombing all the way through, and very excited to see what he can pull out. Of course, Repulse going to see what he can do as well. Both of them have been jumping around the map free and easy, so I want to see what those two Solis have in store for the other team. Both Demonmans are going to be reaching mid at approximately the same time. We've already got Floaty up top on the crate, just spamming down those rockets, going to grab that health pack.
Harvey gonna go down to serve Sticky as well, and with Harvey down, that's gonna come all the aggression from ERA, pushing forward, getting 2 picks in the process, and backing out the rest of the enemy team. Great mid by Floaty again, who put his presence up on top of that point, did damage to Harvey, and allowed his demo to follow up.
Yeah, they're just going to start pushing in. They just barely captured the third point, and they're already in right now, trying to fight their way through. Surf just trying to spam those stickies down, getting quite a bit of damage into his face as well. We got aggressive bombs coming in from Repulse, going to be able to pick up Surf with the help of Apples and Harvey, sorry. Going to be able to pick up Surf right there, and they are just going to start counter pushing back in. We've got Uber charges for both sides, and they're just going to push in and re-counter and re-fight on this mid. Itachi going to be taken out, but he's got that small health pack to bring him back up alongside with the Metagara, and they're just going to be jumping straight down. The Uber, of course, going to get forced straight away with Smith just holding on to his and eventually going to pop his right now. So much better Uber for the side of SP, and the ERA players are still holding strong though. They're still standing close towards the point, jumping back in to recommit on this point. Striker just jumping through 13 health, almost picking up with just the scatter shots to his face coming from Sir 9. Floaty going to go down once again, and the midpoint still in the hands of ERA with the players on SP just dropping 3 of the players.
With Smash 77 health at the end of that fight and only 3 players up, the rest of sapnu Noirs are thinking that they don't want to fight this yet, especially since they don't really have forward spawn at, and the rest of EIA will be coming in very shortly. They're poking through this choke right now, putting a bit of damage on the point, but Surf is doing massive work, making sure that they don't cross that point without taking a bit of damage. EIA Posey getting air shot by Repulse, gonna be the first pick of this mid fight, and EIA gonna lose another scout in the process. This is probably gonna signal them to back out. Oh my god, the soldiers of sapnu Noirs are doing so much work to make sure that ERA suffer for their overextensions.
Yeah, so we got aggressive, so much aggression coming from the Solis for the side of just SP Itachi getting absolutely demolished mid-air, but Uber is going to get popped from both sides. Shiny Soli going to be standing on the point. Floaty going to go face to face against a shiny Harvey.
Solo Uber on Harvey though.
Yeah,
this
is
not going to do very much. Smash has to back out through suicide, and Harvey is a little bit caught in here though. Floaty doesn't choose to go for him, he chooses to go for the bigger play, which is the medic, although he only does enough damage to put the medic in a scary position, but now sacrificing his life and not really catching up anyone else, it's just gonna be a complete reset.
Yeah, everyone's just gonna reset, get into positions along again. Momotan and Posey just peeking around the choke, trying to toss out those scatter shots. Sticky traps, of course, are in play at choke, as they should be. Harvey just keeping his eye on his traps, watching all the flags as well.
I do believe that Harvey should not have gotten out there. He was in such a strange place, like that grass area backing out through choke, and he walked so slowly. If Floaty had chosen to bomb him, Scout could easily have followed up on the damage and just taken him out, and then that could have triggered a second push. But Floaty's going in all the way once more, doing about 50 damage to the medic. But with him down, I think that some Noirs are eager to make a play happen. With Apples running straight in, going for the medic. How has this man not been killed yet? What an unexplainable ability to not die, finally going down.
Now Slayer does have that full Uber charge ready to go, but 10% I don't think they're gonna do anything right now. Yeah, they're just gonna leave it as is.
Floaty's going in again! Oh my god, the man has so much patience with this jump. Oh my goodness.
Floaty just
dies
flying
once more.
in, dies, but doesn't matter. And it's just trying to gain some, put some fear in the hearts of the SP players, and tactical pause. Because reasons?
Floaty crashed after maybe.
Nice. After that bomb,
after that bomb, he literally exploded. Like his computer couldn't take it anymore. Yeah, but you can see that Floaty is actually, like I said, trying to make things happen for his team on such a map like process where everything critically relies on someone making the play for the trigger push, which is basically every map. And on a map like process where there's so many ramps, he's going for all these jumps. Floaty, well-known jumper within the community as well, and he's using that skill to try and make things work. But at best, he's just making the enemy team a little bit scared, because Smash has the movement and the capability to sort of know when Floaty is coming in and serve those rockets to put himself in a safer position. So unless Floaty ups his DM game here, the same thing is going to keep happening again and again. Yeah. And Smash is just going to keep getting out, you know, with 20 health, 30 health, not using that Uber charge, and then putting EIA in a position where they're one down, and sapnu can do those one-man pushes, which they seem to be so fond of, or
Yeah.
sending in a counter sack.
Yep, so as we can see right now, both medics of course still holding on to the Dewey charge. We are currently 4 minutes into the game. So far we haven't seen any last point defenses going down. So far it's just been Spire to Spire or mid to Spire. And right now everyone seems to be healthy apart from Floaty, who currently going through a 10-second spawn timer. Not too sure if they're gonna capitalize on this because they got slight numbers, but they are hanging pretty far back on the midpoint, so I don't think they're gonna do anything too rash. Probably just gonna reset. By the time Floaty's back up, he's just gonna jump in again, I guess.
Well, maybe. I guess like there really is nothing else. It's either you play super passively and wait for the enemy to mistake, or you force them into a mistake, which is what Floaty is trying to do here. And so far, you know, it's fun to watch him bomb, and we should keep the cam on him and see whether he's successful.
Yeah.
If he's gonna keep repeating this sort of thing. But hopefully it's not the same jump every time, because I mean,
It's gonna
after
get
a while,
predictable,
yeah, Smes is gonna know when he comes in, right?
Yep. So just gonna have to wait for him to come back into the game. But so far, I wouldn't say there's not many outstanding stuff happening so far, apart from just the fact that Floaty has been flying across the map and just trying to take down that medic or get a force. And of course, Smes just surviving those attempts, just bomb after bomb. Apple's surviving that long as well. That was pretty impressive at 10 health and eventually going to get finished off. But as of right now, despite this standoff, no off-classing. Normally I thought we would have seen like a sniper to try to get a pick by now.
But I don't think these teams are very fond of off classes. As you can tell from Gully Watch, every time someone went on an off class, it wasn't really. I think there was only one moment where the play actually triggered a push, and that was when Repulse accidentally managed to backstab Surf, which was quite unfortunate in the but they didn't actually win off of that push either. They won off of Repulse going in for the back cap like before that. So it seems as though both teams aren't sort of versed in the way off-classing works, and so they're just gonna keep using the advantages that they do have, which is Floaty on Soldier and the seemingly more cohesive pushes that that sapnu are able to put out. Because so far ERA in team fights that should have won, they were holding high ground on mid at that point, but Repulse, Harvey, and Smash pushing in together were just able to make so much space against the team that they shouldn't have been sort of winning against, and then Momotan and Posey overextending on that right side sort of made sure that like the rest of sapnu could push in consistently together and force ERA to get out. So ERA are gonna have to look out for these team fights, because that is kind of so far where sapnu seem to shine a lot more.
Yep. So just gonna have to see how they decide to get out, make their way out to mid. Yeah, I guess Floaty's still not in yet apparently. But yeah, anyway, for those who are just joining us inside Twitch chat, a very good evening and welcome to our humble little Asia community. We're currently going to have a cast going on for AsiaFortress Cup Season 12. Tonight we are having the Div 2 upper bracket semi-finals, ERA facing off against SP. And currently we are on the second map. First map has been CP Gullywash, where SP took it 2-1 with the help of a golden cap. We are on CP Process, the second map of the night. We are 4 minutes in, and tactical pause went down because when Floaty bombed in, he apparently bombed his connection as well. And right now we're just waiting for him to come back before we can continue the match. If ERA wins this game, wins this round, we will be pushed into a third map, which is going to be CP Snakewater, the tiebreaker map, of course. And that is definitely what they want to do, because if SP takes this again, that is going to be it. They're going to stay up inside the upper bracket while ERA gets pushed down. Yeah, so they definitely want to play as aggressively, but of course not recklessly on this map. They want to win it and see a third map and possibly win that to maintain the running inside the upper bracket. And same for SP, they just want to win this one and call it a day. As of right now, yeah, just gonna have to wait for Floaty to come back. Just downtime.
This is the perfect moment for
toilet breaks, get a drink.
Speaking of which,
yeah. Speaking of which,
I'm sick. I have an excuse.
That's true. That's true. So yeah, we're just gonna hang back, wait for Floaty to come back in, float his way through, internet connections for Floaty. No idea what's going on for him. Posy's gonna be, let's just take a look at the tab scoreboard for now. Posy's at 129 ping. He's a hit scan class, so that's gonna be fine for him. Everyone else seems to have fairly even ping, so everyone's fine. And just the fact that Floaty got bombed out of his connection. Not too sure if he's gonna be able to bomb his way back in, but we're just gonna have to wait and see how they decide to do anything right now. Actually, let's actually take a look at the in-game chat going on. Are they talking about army stuff? Shout out to Sir9 for Merc. Shout out to my unit for sponsoring me with 0 offs. Oh, sad story touches my heart. Shout out to MP Command, Monday half day off. Right. Shout out to all the Muslims, of course, who are currently, if there are any inside Twitch chat, you guys, Selamat Hari Raya. Today is Hari Raya, of course, so Selamat Hari Raya to you guys, I guess.
People in America know what Hari Raya is.
I honestly don't know how to explain it. It's a thing. It's a religious day.
Day of well, to Malaysians, Happy Merdeka Day. That was yesterday, but regardless.
Yeah, better late than never.
As a fellow Malaysian, I can say that Merdeka Day is not the most exciting time. At least it wasn't when I was in like K2, K3.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is what people come to the stream for, the downtime, where we just talk about random shit, I guess.
What's your favorite color?
Favorite color is green. What's your favorite color?
Still green?
Yeah.
It's pink.
It's pink.
No, it's not pink, but I'm not at liberty to reveal what my favorite color is.
Yeah, green has always been my favorite color. I like color green. It's just a nice color to look at, as we can
Green
see.
is a nice color.
Yeah,
It should be the color of your buffed health, so you feel stronger.
That's right. I mean, based on the HUD that I'm using right now, the buff players are in the green, so that's nice. I've got my favorite color on the screen right now. What about you guys in Twitch chat? What is your favorite color? Because right now...
Oh yes, because we have to do this.
Yeah, we gotta do this until they come in.
Taking just about that long.
So just toss out your favorite color in chat. You know, let us know what your favorite color is. Who knows? We might even just carry out a poll to see what your colors are. Yeah, just gonna have to wait and see what happens. I guess we could just look at the logs from earlier on. Just the gully wash logs.
Well, like even the people in the server are just having a chat about where they live now.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
We could talk about my physical condition.
Oh yes. How are you?
Floaty has
Floaty has joined.
Floaty has joined the game. Here we go. Can we begin? I want to cast the game and not watch a pause screen.
Yeah.
Your call to unpause, says Harvey.
Right, we got people tossing out their favorite colors in Twitch chat as well. We got red, we got pink, we got purple. Thank you so much.
Azure blue.
Yeah, we even got Repulse in chat as well. Hello, Repulse. And we've got... So, yeah.
Repulse says black is his favorite color because it's the color of his soul.
Oh, damn.
Which I've never understood. Your soul doesn't have a color.
Well, apparently his is black. And, yeah. We got all the memes coming out as well. We've got... Yeah, just the usual stuff hanging. Just the standard stuff of people hanging out in Twitch chat when.
I do like blue. Yeah, blue is the warmest color.
Blue is a nice color. Yeah, it's relaxing. It's a relaxing color. It's very nice. People say purple is the best color. No, green is the best color. I beg to differ that purple is the best. Please, come on, face the facts. It's green.
All right. Floaty is in the spectator, and they are ready to trigger that unpause. So here we go, finally back into it. That pause was about 10 minutes long, I estimate.
It was too long.
And the answer is always too long.
Too long. But yeah, the unpause is going to go down right now. We're going to have everyone making their way back into the game. Floaty, of course, still in...
Repulse going in very aggressively on the Slayer, though. He's gonna just spin circles while Repulse gets eliminated, and Floaty is actually gonna get a faster spawn because of his reset.
Yeah.
Tactical reset.
Oh
But I
my.
think he's eager to go in here. You can see him getting the full
Yep.
300, finally jumping into that choke. And in the meantime, Smash has dropped to Momotan, who just runs in and two-shots him, and the Uber is coming in through choke side. Sapnu has collapsed at this point. Itachi jumping back out, trying to find a way to escape while the rest of Era just walk in and cap the point. Apple's gonna get caught out here and definitely not gonna get anything done. Wow, that pause just seemed to have slowed Smash's reaction time.
Yeah. So huge play coming up from Momo right there, just picking up Smez, and that is going to be the Uber popped for the side of Slayer as well, but they're going to have the slight Uber ad. Smez, of course, still running that stock. Medigun going to reunite with Harvey, and doesn't let they're going to be able to grab
So
Slayer.
I'm gonna get caught up.
Yeah, by
So I'm gonna
Steve.
get caught up by Surf. I don't think he was expecting to die there, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And ERA are gonna be running a 20%, 30% advantage. They've got to make this work quicker if they want anything to happen. At 80%, they should be already in a position looking to go in. They should know that they have advantages. And Sir9 on that sniper, gonna be getting ready to try and stop them as they come in. 100% Slayer, but they are not in any position, and Posey goes down in the process. And now they've pushed in through this left side, but the sentry is putting out a ton of damage into Floaty. They're just spamming now, and at this point, there's nothing much that they can do. Slayer getting picked off by Sir9 in the process, and Smash already at 96%. ERA are gonna have to back out of this second. There's no way they can hold this any longer.
Yeah, Smez going to have that full Uber charge ready to go. Didn't even pop it on the last point. And that is going to be huge with the pick coming up from Sir9 as well. Itachi going to be able to pick off Floaty, who comes flying in. Slayer only going to start spawning in right now, and they should be able to recapture this Spire without any contest coming in from the side of ERA. As we can see, Slayer's going to be running solely this time around, with Striker going to be on the medic role, so a bit of a roster shuffle right
Interesting. That's halfway through the game. It's going to confuse the enemy team a little bit. They are pushing in with 100% advantage, so all the space is being taken. Uber has been popped off with Floaty leaking behind into the IT. Going to help Momotown with the backhand, and Repulse is the only spawner. I don't think the red team is aware that the backhand is going on. They finally get it up. But right now, Repulse just getting destroyed, and Momotan going in straight for last, while the rest of Samnunas is desperately running all the way behind. They have to stop this. Momotan finally going down, but they've been set back several steps by Momotan's player, heading all the way to last.
Momo with the plays! Holy crap, after the pause, Momo just coming in strong. Just coming in, capping that Spire, and then running all the way back, grabbing so much capture time, buying so much time as well as breathing space for the side of ERA. Now they can just hold Spire, because SP, they're just going to have to hang back and defend that final point. They've got so much capture time. We're just going to see Floaty try to inch his way through and possibly get any picks for his team.
Yeah, they are wasting their advantage, though. They did have a 30% advantage at the end of that fight, although it doesn't seem like they were aware of it because they were just holding back until they achieved Uber. But now they're moving into lobby, probably gonna try and take a trade. Striker taken down really low and pops the Uber off a little bit early, though. Slayer trying to see what he can get with this, but finally the Uber is popped off for the side of the red team, although they're just dancing around the point and there's not much EIA can do with only 3 people up. They're gonna have to get back out of here, with Slayer just bombing in, trying to pick out Smessy at the end of that fight. But now it is, again, even Ubers with the rest of EIA just running out of that second point.
Smez just surviving the bombs coming up from Slayer. Slayer landing those rockets that he needed, but Smez just surfing them to safety. Surf gonna eat a direct rocket to his face coming up from Itachi, but he's gonna be fine with the medic right beside him. Doesn't let him want to try to recontest this mid. Momotan just peeking around through the IT area, just watching to see if anyone tries to go through there. But right now, everyone's just going to start resetting. Smez going to be running that stock medigun once again, just trying to heal his players up, and just holding on to that Spire, with Itachi just jumping him out to see if he can get any sneaky picks or anything done.
It's another stalemate situation that so far pushes into last have not been very successful for either side. It's now going to be a slight advantage, but very negligible to the side of Smash. Yeah, Striker gonna have it right at that moment, but again we see Floaty going in straight for the enemy medic, giving him 50 damage, but immediately getting destroyed by a combination of rockets and pipes from Harvey and the enemy soldier. And now it is on, the onus again is on Itachi to just jump in and make circles, immediately getting destroyed by Posey, a counter sack coming out. Is this just gonna be the way things happen? People jumping in back and forth, soldiers going back and forth, like just dying to satisfy the demands.
Just jumping in and jumping back out. Slayer's gonna be right in right now. He's gonna try to see if he can get the force down onto the medic. He's still getting a little bit of kills coming up from his medic. Well, he's gonna get taken out at 89 health.
Floaty and Floaty.
Gonna get popped straight away for the side of ERA, and they're gonna start countering that Uber charge as well. Harvey gonna be the shiny Devilman of choice. Once again, he's gonna start chaining his picks down. He's gonna be able to get Striker. That is the medic down for the side of ERA. They're gonna drop Surf, gonna drop Floaty, gonna drop Slayer. They're gonna drop so many of their players. The only people up are gonna be the two scouts, Momotan as well as Posey, but they're way out of that fight. Don't want to contest this with just the both of them alive. Momotan's gonna be able to grant that health back to stay alive, but Sir9 almost chasing him into IT. Gonna back out and recapture this mid.
The survivability of Smash is giving so much advantage to sapnu right now. They are hurriedly running at a 60% advantage, and also technically at a number in this fight, although they're not going to be pushing in here because they do seem to be a bit scared. Although Sir9 trying to take the fight with both scouts finally backs out, and the Uber is going to be grounded out by Apples, and they have all the time to make a push here. Probably want to be seeing them move through IT, as that position doesn't seem to be as well defended. And it is kind of the best push, but they're going to be moving through sewer here into Africa, looking for an angle to get in. Itachi going to make some space for his team walking in, but a lot of spam is coming out, although the Uber has not been forced yet. And Floaty is the first to go down, so the advantages do seem to be side of sapnu. Did Itachi just get air shot error? I do not understand what is happening, but so far the victory has gone temporarily to the hands of sapnu, who didn't have to pop that Uber walking in.
Yeah, Itachi was way up in the skyballs and he got absolutely sniped down by an arrow coming up from Striker. But Phoenix, of course, still going to hold on to that full Uber charge, and ERA just going to get into positions to start defending their last point. We are going to have Momotan on the sniper roll. Once again, he's going to be the unsmith sniper. Just walking around.
It didn't seem to work last time, but
yeah,
hopefully
but who knows? He might be able to get a shot down. He does land a shot down onto the Solly. Repulse is going to go down to those sticky traps coming up from Surf, as well as the arrow coming up from Momo, and he's going to make his way through. Can he get the picks down? No, he can't. Floaty's going to be jumping in. He's going to get picked off as well in the end, coming up from Apples as well as Sir9. And right now, it's just going to be a bit of a spam fest. With,
Momotan going down in the process is probably not the best idea either. This is all sapnu who are looking for an angle to come in with 6 seconds to spare with a two-man advantage. They're walking in, haven't forced out that Uber. Now they do. And now the scout getting onto the point is going to get contested by Posey, but it's just people running around in all directions. No real consistent fight. Smash caught in a very poor position, going down. And the rest of sapnu are just dying and fleeing for their lives, with Itachi hiding in a position to see if he can turn the ad. Although Striker has already gone down, so I'm not sure why he was there in the first place.
Yep, so Slayer got a little spazzy right there, where he somehow survived with like double-digit health. Posey's going to be able to recapture this fire for his team, while the rest of the players are going to start pushing forward. And here we have Floaty just picking and prodding, poking and prodding through sewers, trying to see if he can get any surprise peekaboos or any picks going down sticky traps right in front of his face. A little bit scary, but he does survive. Surf, of course, going to lay down sticky traps off his own, and right now everyone's just going to reset to once again the exact same positions as before.
This is so back and forth though. Like, it's not like any team is just passively holding. They're all trying so many things, but certain mistakes and circumstances attribute to one side or the other just losing out in the fights. But so far, I still feel as though sapnu has had the upper hand in these team fights. But ERA have done a bang-up job of just holding defensive positions and making sure that the enemy team, when they come in, don't get in for free, which is crucial in ensuring that you don't lose. But hopefully they can take a win here.
Yep, both medics are going to have that Uber charge ready to go. Floaty's just peeking through, trying to toss out those rockets into the faces of the SP players. Itachi, of course, going to be jumping about as well. Sticky traps right there, almost picks up Floaty. Dangerous, dangerous place to be. Harvey doing a very good job of keeping those sticky traps in place and just preventing them from pushing out.
Yeah, we're just waiting for a play to be made. Floaty surprisingly has not done a bomb in yet, but I guess, you know,
might be his time, might be his time. He's going to poke through the sewers right now, going to grab that ammo pack. He does get spotted out by Apple, so he's going to have to play this a little bit more carefully. He's got a Devilman coming in to assist him as well, but he's going to jump back and go through, possibly go through IT. Surf just going to start spamming through the choke as well, with Harvey trying to poke through his poke his way through IT. He's going to rotate back around to continue spamming through choke. This might be the bomb from Itachi, maybe not. Just jumping about, trying to get onto the rocks to spam his rockets through. Yeah, both medics still holding onto the Uber charge, but Floaty comes in, almost gets the pick down onto Smez, but once again, keeping his finger off that right click, surviving once again, holding onto that Uber charge. Holy crap, but Ubers are going to be forced for the side of ERA. We've got Slayer getting shiny, he's going to have to jump through and possibly get a force down onto the medic. Smez once again, just backtracking all the way, surviving another rocket coming out, and the scout is going to save the day. Apples comes in and protects his medic. The ERA player is going to try to push in, but they're just going to get counter pushed back with that Uber charge on the hands of Smez.
Smez just refusing to pop in these situations, always in a position like the movement difference is clearly showing here. They have a full ad pushing in straight, and the scout is running straight forward, although Striker's caught in a position where he isn't likely to get out. He's doing so much dodging right now. The scouts have not hit him. How is the man still alive? Finally goes down to Sunine, but in the process, the rest of sapnu puas are all already dead, and Smez cannot possibly survive when he's one man against four. Oh my goodness.
Ooh,
Striker showing me up, telling me that he can move just as well with the best, and surviving for so long and putting his team in a position where they could just frag them as they were desperately searching for his life.
Striker just dancing about, and that is going to allow them to push all the way forward. Both medics, of course, do get picked off in the end. Striker is going to be running a stock medigun still. Once again, going to start building up together with Momotan. Slayer going to be up front at the Spire as well, going to reunite together with the rest of his team alongside with the medic. They're just going to stand on this midpoint right now. We're going to have Surnine on the sniper role, and we're going to have an NG role for the side of Apples as well. So two scouts are going to go off-classing. Surnine going to try to get the snipe down onto Floaty, but he's not going to land that shot. So they are going to be aware that the sniper's currently in play. They're going to play around that cautiously right now. And yeah, just wait for the recharge before they decide to do anything.
Yeah, that was really a great play from Striker to delay, and it did give his team a great advantage. And they're going to be, like, they were holding back on their second, and they managed to take mid and hit to the enemy team Spire. So now it all stands to see whether they can make a push here. Floaty taking a fight with Repulse, and Repulse getting picked in the process, although he is not able to get out after that, and it's basically a trade. So we're going to see Surnine get up on that sniper to see if he can make something happen for his team.
Yep, Surnine just peeking around, trying to see if he can get any sight lines down inside the boiler room. Just peeking around that corner to see if he can get any shots. He does see Momotan jump away, but he's not going to get the shot. Tries to get a foot shot, but that's not going to happen. Momotan knows he's there, tosses out a scatter shot, but that's not going to kill him. Just a little bit of a tickling going on, but apart from that, nothing much for the side of Momotan. Yeah, as of right now, they're just not too keen on going in. We've got Repulse on the Spy player this time around. Just inside spawn, checking to see if there are any off classes. Maybe
if he goes out, I'd be genuinely surprised.
He's gonna swap back to Spy. Okay.
All right, here, come on, don't play with my heart.
Don't tease. It's not nice.
He's almost gonna get picked off again. Just he's peeking so aggressively and trying to make space, trying to work in, but it seems that the defense right now for sapnu puas is just really solid. They've got an engineer and a sniper holding those angles. It's gonna come down to them making a mistake, and I would like to mention that we're already about
Floaty!
Oh my god! Can I just shut up and let the game pan out itself? He jumps in straight through and drops the medic, and now ERA are pushing in.
Holy crap, I saw that on the camera. Floaty just flew in, picked up the medic, +2s in chat. They're stacking the point right now, but they're desperately trying their best to fight them off. Harvey gonna try to toss out those shots without any heals for the side of SP. We've still got Striker up and well, healing his scout. They gotta finish him off. There you go, stand on the point, blue team. ERA grabs the first point for CP process.
Floaty comes through for his team, dropping the medic crucially and triggering the rest of his team to come in and just confidently pick that up with a full Uber charge. There was no way that ERA could have beat that push.
Jeez, Floaty, holy crap. Okay, definitely doing the job for his team.
Did he jump into shutter? I did not see what happened.
Just
again, Floaty going in so aggressively and picking off Harvey, and this is gonna give a great advantage at this mid for the side of ERA. Itachi attempting the same play but going down in the process. It is currently still a 4v4 situation, however, and ERA do seem to be getting the worst of this. They're gonna back out right now with with Sir 9 and Repulse spamming at them to make sure that they do not stay in any longer than they are welcome.
Yep, they're drop too many players right there doing the mid-fight exchange. But however, both medics are of course still up and well, both running that stock medigun. Smash just going to re-heal his scouts and buff up that demo man with a couple of arrows. And they're going to be able to grab this midpoint. And once again, 11 minutes counting down. That was a pretty long match, about almost under 19 minutes. And here we go, full uber charge for both sides, but the scout does get dropped. So 9 is going to go down. They are just holding on to this uber charge at choke. Surf just going to try to spam his way through, trying to land those sticks down onto the medic, if not anyone else. But right now, it's probably just going to be another spam fest.
Yeah, although ERA do look as though they want to see if they can get out some damage here to work off of. Surf eating the pipe and Floaty eating another pipe in the process. They're gonna have to back out and just hold the line. With Sir 9 coming up on Sniper, see if he can get anything done for sapnu puas.
Yeah,
peeking through that choke right now.
Trying to see if he can get any shots down. No off-casting of course for the side of ERA, but we've got Sniper for the side of SP. He does land a shot down onto Surf. Can he get the kill down to Posey? The answer is no. Can he get the kill down to Slayer? The answer is yes, though. There you go, he got a headshot down. And that is probably, that might cause a push in, if not, then just a reset or a attempted bomb coming in from Repulse.
Oh god, Surf going down and Momotan getting caught out in the process, taking a fight with Repulse in that sewer. Finally, survives by the skin of his teeth.
No.
But the Uber trade is coming here, and already, because the Demo Man is down, the blue team kind of have the worst of it. They're gonna have to back out through here with Harvey backing them out with a ton of damage coming through. It's just gonna be a reset though with Sir 9 peeking through that IT. I think that peek is gonna cost him his life here.
Yeah, 11 health. He's gonna catch that rocket from across the map and he's gonna die, but that's fine. The rest of the team are gonna try their best to defend this point. Floaty once again jumping in, trying to see if he can get any more pace. He gets tossed up in the air, but he's not gonna be able to get finished off by the rest of the team.
Oh,
there
but
you
Itachi
go.
jumps in from behind and picks up Striker in the process, and this
Floaty's
means
going in!
Oh my god. It's just soldiers bombing in from both sides, making things happen for their team. What a soldier-heavy map process is, and now a 1v1 being taken by Momotan against Sir 9 at this choke, which is actually completely pointless because both of them should really be just backing out at this point.
Floaty just landing that rocket before he ragdolls away, taking out the medic from so far away. Huge play coming from Floaty once again. Holy crap, definitely the MVP as of right now. They are going to be able to re-grab this midpoint. It's currently in the hands of ERA. They're just going to start resetting, wait for the mechs to probably get their recharge. We've got a very slight, but I would think negligible ad in the hands of ERA, but it doesn't look like Smazzy's going to start grinding that out anytime soon. Nope, there he is. He got the Boston Bashers coming out in full swing, and Uber should be pretty much at about the same time. And yeah, Striker just trying to heal up Slayer, heal up Floaty. Floaty probably going to go in for another bomb. And can we see some Floaty floating action? Nope, just going to just trade some spam for now. Play safe.
Yeah, Harvey is always very aggressive with his spam. Was he eating the pipe in the process? It's just gonna be a hold. I honestly don't see any reason for ERA to make a push here. But so far they haven't been very passive about their holds. So I'm pretty sure that someone is gonna go in and make something happen. And both teams are just gonna have a go at it. The spam coming in through the choke, waiting for someone to make the mistake. Itachi going down to about 30 health in that suicide, manages to get out. It's all about the risk that you take and seeing if you can turn out a good result. It's like throwing a dice.
Yep. So as of right now, no off-classing though for the side. No Sniper Sir 9, no Sniper Posey, no Huntsman Momotan. But right now everyone's just hanging tight, holding on to the recharge. I do believe we may see a Floaty bomb soon once he gets that full buff.
Oh, instead it's gonna be Repulse, but Repulse not very successful with the medic taken down to about 50 health. Manages to get the pack, and Floaty now looking for another angle to go in with that quotation mark pick. Although Surf is trying to make the space for him, and he's pushing himself into a very risky position. Floaty taking the fight, but getting taken out by Itachi, and the trade has already happened.
Itachi almost got picked up by that sticky trap laid down by Surf. And it was a blind dead, I think. So Itachi's going to try to make his way through, but the scatter shots coming up from Momotan is going to prevent anything from happening. Uber, of course, going to get popped for the side of SP. Aggressive bomb straight down onto Striker, still holding onto the Uber charge, and he drops it!
Oh my god! Do not hold.
Do not hold, yeah.
Finally going down. You should not have held that. That was absolutely a position where you had to force because the soldier was looking right at you, and this is going to put ERA in a bit of a sketchy situation, although the rest of the rest of the aggression from the side of sapnu puas is coming out very slow. Very slow indeed.
Floaty's
They're
coming in
just
from
not
behind. He
gonna
wants to get a pick down onto the medic again. He's trying to land those shots.
my
Yes,
God.
he does. Finishes off the medic, trying to pick up the demo man, but he's gonna back out into the boiler room, and apparently out through IT. Not gonna grab the boiler room medipack, maybe? Nope, just grabs the IT one and backs out to reunite with his team. So he tosses that advantage back into the hands of his team. Once again, Floaty with those plays, and it's just gonna be a reset until we get the overcharge, I guess, before they decide to push in. So Nine's gonna be on the sniper roll this time around, but they're just gonna be hanging back on last.
Man, Floaty has just been turning things around for his team repeatedly. Those crucial picks on the medic. I think Smash is losing a bit of confidence with Floaty just coming in for free. Floaty gonna pick up Repulse here, who's a bit overextended, all things considered. Although he does not go down, and ERA, Posey, and Floaty do get killed in the process. So now this is all sapnu puas to make the push here. Coming in for a big bomb.
But yeah, a little bit too far. Everyone's already backing out. So it does look like they're just going to be content with grabbing this midpoint. But there's going to be a back cap going down. We've got Momentan currently on Spire right now. I don't think he can out-cap that. His teammates need to stall that midpoint cap, but they're just not able to do so. So Momentan's attempt at getting a back cap is just not.
Yeah, that's going to turn him into a pick here. If Sir9 can actually follow it up, Momentan picking up Sir9 and still behind, almost picks up Repulse as well, but Repulse able to follow up on the frag in the process. They do slow down the push into second now. But oh goodness. sapnu puas are not slowed down at all. They're just gonna walk in confidently with that Uber. Apple's looking to take a trade here, although he's a bit low. And the Uber comes out for the side of Striker. And it's just a trade at this choke. I don't think sapnu puas are gonna stay in here. They're just gonna back out and wait for the reset.
Yeah, we've got some solid action going down inside the sewers, but that is going to be Floaty's streak going down. Gets killed by Repulse. Apple's going to be coming in to assist his solid friend, but they're going to be bombarded with the attack coming in from Scout as well as Slayer. He's going to have to back out, 59 health, but the two Scouts are coming in trying to finish him off, and they do successfully. Harvey may get caught out, but he's just going to back out and reunite together with his team. There are currently 3 players down for the side of SP, so this might spark a push for the side of ERA. Floaty just spawning in right now, and the rest of the ERA players making their way towards the front line. Surf just jumping forward to lay down those stickies to prevent anyone from walking on through, and it does look like the midpoint is going to go into the hands of ERA. With Sir9 just poking about, he's not going to get much done. Apparently they are going to try to counter push back in though.
The game is sort of devolving into a DM fest at the 4-minute mark. People are just jumping in constantly, in and out of fights. Floaty, 3 people overextend for the side of sapnu puas first, but then after that, following that, 3 people are caught out on the side of EIA, and now it's the momentum has fallen into the hands of Team sapnu puas. So I'm gonna take this second here. They do have a slight advantage, but I don't think it's gonna be anything that they'll walk off of. Posey is already up on an engineer class, so it's gonna be a trade on the last point to see if sapnu puas can push this into another golden cap in the next 3 minutes.
Yeah. So currently ERA are going to be 1 point up, and that is what they need to push this into a third map. Momentan's going to be on the sniper row. We've got an engineer player as well, Posey, going to try to get the 7th man up for his team currently. It is right there, right in front of the point. Fairly common spot, but he's going to get spammed down, so that is pretty much the sentry gun gone. He's going to swap out to go hit the weapons guy again. Both medics still holding on to their full overcharge, and they're just pushing in from the left side into ERA's last point. And there
things are looking fairly even.
Secret right now. They're going to pop that overcharge. And ERA striker pops his as well. He's going to try to keep his teammates up and well. Harvey's going to go down by Momentan, just taking names. Momentan finishing off Sir9 as well. Posey going to pick up Itachi. Posey finally getting taken down, and they do successfully defend this last point with only 2 players up. Repulse as well as Smez. They're just going to be backing out.
It was looking good for Itachi back there when you had the Uber soloed into them, but unfortunately, oh my god, Floaty picks off the medic again. Do I have to say anything else? But it was looking good for the side of sapnu puas back there. But the Uber being soloed onto Itachi meant that the rest of the enemy, the rest of his team wasn't really getting any flash or any heals, and that just allowed the rest of EIA to walk forward and pick them off in the process of Itachi getting soloed, and Itachi definitely wasn't doing enough for his Uber to warrant getting soloed there.
Itachi trying to jump his way through, but the scatter shots coming up from the Scout just denying anything from happening. Apple's going to be standing on top of the crates to make his way forward to try and take down anyone at all, but just the scatter shots just not enough damage. There's currently someone behind everyone though. I do believe Repulse is going to be inside the sewers, but he's going to be jumping back to reunite with his team. Not going to be able to do much alone. He does land a pretty decent shot down to Momentan, finishing him off, but he's going to get picked off by Floaty. So midpoint goes back into the hands of ERA. Minute and 36 seconds counting down. The SP players, man, they really need to push
Yeah, I
all the
think
way through. They want to push this to go golden.
things are looking very grim here, I must say. Striker has full overcharge and Smash is only at 50% with only 1 minute and 20 seconds left. That's gonna take about another 15 to 20 seconds to grind out, and that means you only have 1 minute to make something happen and push all the way back to last. I would say that we're starting to approach trash time, especially since Sir9 is currently on Sniper.
Yeah, he wants to get that pick down onto the medic, but he doesn't know where they are. They're not showing their faces. He knows where the 2 scouts are, however, and he's trying to land that shot down. He's still not focusing. He's not looking forward, but we are going to have a couple of players pushing forward to try and bomb through. Itachi is going to be right there dancing about the head, and the force is going to come out. That is going to be the Euro popped. Smez does not have an Uber, apparently. He goes down.
Smez popped out the Uber through IT, going in with Repulse, but Repulse got dropped there. And so the desperation push coming out from sapnu puas definitely just it was a long shot, but it was a shot that they had to take with 1 minute left and 1-0.
Yeah, this is pretty much the nail in the coffin for the side of SP. We've already got people in their last point right now. Floaty eventually going to get finished off. Momotan capturing that Spire for his team on his own. 22 seconds counting down. It's not going to be anything possible for SP to push all the way to last, and that is pretty much going to be it. They're not even going to push out. We've got Surf coming in, trying to capture the point for his team, trying to make it a 2-0. Apparently not getting taken down, eventually going to get taken down. And right now, that's pretty much going to be it. With Slayer coming in to try and capture it for his team as well, but that is going to be shut down. Floaty maybe going to jump in, doesn't really matter anymore. We've got 1-0. We're going to go into a third map.
Man, it's gonna go into a third map with a 1-0 score on process. That is absolutely insane. This is one of the it's so exciting to watch Floaty just jump in and get return picks onto the medic, and the team fights of sapnu puas just desperately trying to walk in. Like the logs show that it was a stalemate, it was a stalemate game, and they are a bit twisted because the time is 40 minutes, but it didn't feel like it was a 1-0. It felt like things were just happening back and forth constantly. Both teams just trying so much of their luck to make things happen. One of the most aggressive games I've ever seen, with Floaty coming in with those bombs. Smash at first looking so strong and dodging them, but eventually Floaty finding his stride and just absolutely destroying them. That is just insane.
Yeah, so huge plays coming from Floaty, and the next map, of course, is going to be CP Snakewater. Mid-fights are going to be extremely interesting, especially with Floaty doing his bomb, so I really want to see what he can do on this map. There's quite a lot of headroom for them to jump about, so Floaty is definitely going to be right at home on this map.
The next... Oh, sorry, what's the next map again?
Snakewater.
Oh. Still quite a soldier-heavy map on mids, but a little less so on this... if any map is going to become a stalemate, at this point it's definitely going to become Snakewater, because both teams are going to be feeling that pressure to just win things out. And Snakewater, second to mid to second, you know as well as I do that a lot of teams are prone to stalemating on those points, but hopefully that doesn't happen. I want to see some great plays coming out again. Both teams have not disappointed so far. One of the best matches of the season, like straight up. Hopefully it won't devolve into a 5-0 roll like a...
Hopefully.
I want to see the best that both teams have to offer, because they are giving their all, and so far it really is just some small critical mistakes that are being made that allow one team or the other to achieve victory.
Yep, so just waiting on the players to come in onto the third and final map for tonight. Everything is going to be riding on this map, of course. ERA against sapnu puas. The winner of this map is going to go into the upper bracket. The loser, of course, is going to get pushed down. Very strong performance coming up from Floaty. Top damage in the previous game, and just overall huge plays coming up from Floaty right there. Definitely one of the MVPs, and all the highlights and possibly even all the Twitch clips coming up is going to be with him as the main focus. And just waiting on everyone to come in. And once again, for those of you who are only just joining us, welcome to the AsiaFortress Cup Season 12. We are currently having the Div 2 playoffs, the upper bracket semi-finals, where we have ERA facing off against sapnu puas. And right now we've got the voting currently going on, so people have have voted, and they expect ERA to win. Apparently 86% have voted for ERA, while the other 14% have voted for SP. So it's well, the votes are of course still coming in, so 25% going up for SP right now with 75 for ERA. Much different spread compared to the previous one where everyone just voted for SP on the first map, and everyone voted for ERA on the second map. And then this one we're going to have a pretty decent split in votes, so that's always nice to see. Everyone seems to be in already, and it does look like they're going to stick with that roster shuffle with Striker on the medic and Slayer playing Solly.
Yeah.
I think that sort of worked out for them though.
I need a break.
So yeah, we are going to be on CP Snakewater. That is the third and final map for tonight, and keep those bets coming in to see who you think is going to take CP Snakewater. And right now, everyone seems to be in the server already. Just going to wait for Itachi, I believe, to ready up, and then we can start the game. Yeah, as of right now, just waiting on the final person to ready up, but I'm really looking forward to see what they can do, and we are going to be ready right now. We are going to have the class set up before the next reset, and then we finally go live.
1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There we go. We are going to be going live right now.
I'm back just in time for live.
Just nice. Fairly, I would say, about the same rollout for both Demoman. He's going to go by Storeroom. Surf's going to go by Storeroom while Harvey goes down from the lower lobby area, the kitchen side. He's going to start spamming. They're both going to start spamming at about approximately the same time. We see from the perspective of Floaty right now. He's going to try to jump over and get anything done, but he's going to get absolutely denied by Sir9 scatter shot. Striker may be caught out, but he's going to be able to get saved by one of his scouts right there. Posey going to be able to save his life. He's going to try to keep his teammates up and healthy. We've got Slayer trying his best as well. Midpoint, of course, still up for grabs. Both medics still up and alive. We've got Repulse currently behind them, though, to see what he can do. He's still inside the storeroom behind the ERA player.
One more time, getting in on the medic, giving him a lot of damage. Finally gets the pick, followed up on by with Posey walking in. But in this process, Striker has been eliminated from the competition. So ERA and Smash, ERA Striker and Smash are both gonna spawn at around the same time, and that just means that midpoint is still a bit up for grabs. But Momotan and the combined powers of Momotan and Posey are gonna stop that and put the point for the side of ERA, and the rest of sapnu puas is just gonna have to back out with so much good positioning on and the forward spawn in the hands of ERA.
Yeah, Floaty just trying to get those rocket splash damage to get people killed, but just not enough. The scouts do make it out with them just off the skin of their teeth. We're going to see Slayer jump up top as well, probably peek around the window to see if we can get any sneaky picks down. As of right now, no off-casting though for the side of SP. We seem to see them, they seem to like running Sniper on Sir9, but he's going to be Scout for now. Everyone's still holding their spot because Ubers, of course, are going to be equal. 68 for the side of Striker and 68 for the side of Smez. Both building, of course, with their Scout grinding it out with the Boston Basher. For the side of ERA though, they're not building it as efficiently though, so well, it doesn't really matter. They got really charged right now. Smez's gonna have his shortly.
Yep, it's gonna go to Floaty to open things up again. Although he is, like they are very well aware of his shenanigans right now, and it really comes down to Sir9 and Apple's looking out for him to be able to deny his bombs. Yep, this Floaty goes in for a bomb. Does about a 50 damage to the medic, but gets taken down immediately after, and I'm not sure this will trigger a counter sack by... Oh, Itachi's looking to come in and take a trade here. Here we go, popping off the Uber. Striker does force out just a second later, so the Ubers are technically even with a flash coming in for the side of ERA. Rather unnecessary, but on the flank, there is a massive fight happening on the flank. Posey has taken down 2 people, Apples and Repulse, and that's gonna open things up for the rest of ERA to just walk in here, putting out a ton of damage to make sure that the unwelcome guests are thrown out of the second point and they can cap this.
Yeah, Apple's already going to be running that engineer role on the last point, trying to get that 7th man up for his team. Sir9 once again going to be on that sniper role, and it does look like they want to try to push in, if not just spam their way through. Surf just going to try to toss out those sneaky traps, trying to lay them down to get some damage done, to prevent Harvey and the rest of the players from coming in. But we've got Floaty coming in, trying to get the pick down, but he's going to get denied by Repulse rockets with the help of Sir9. So the medic, of course, still going to survive that. holding on to that Uber charge. Yeah, Smash is still fine, Strike is still fine. Both Ubers, of course, are going to be relatively equal. And right now, Floaty just making his way back to the front line. Striker just healing up Slayer one more time as well, doing the exact same thing. So as of right now, it's just everyone just hanging tight, not too keen on pushing in with that same Uber charge. Sir9 just watching the lobby, trying to see if he can get any picks down.
Yep, Posey so far has been doing quite a lot for his team. Like that, the sole reason that we were able to push into second is was because like he fragged 2 people on the flank who overextended into him. But the pressure of the floaty bombs is the main thing that's allowing the scouts to walk in. And Posey is a scout that's able to identify these situations and make use of them. Although now we're gonna be entering into a stalemate whereby there's a sentry on the left side for sapnu, puas, and no one seems very eager to push here. I guess they're just gonna keep repeatedly sending in the floaty sack.
Yeah, Floaty was trying to take down the sentry gun, but he got just spammed out and had to go back and get some heals from his medic. So as of right now, everyone's just hanging tight, not too keen on pushing in because the sentry gun is still in play. Apples is going to start shifting his sentry gun to the other side this time. No, he's going to set up a dispenser. His sentry gun is still up on the left side.
Also, I just realized we can pronounce era.
Yeah.
Era.
Yeah, era.
I think ERA still rings better. Floaty going in, putting a bit of damage into the enemy, but not enough to warrant anything pushable. Sir9 does go down the Slayer while peeking aggressively in the lobby, so it's basically a trade. Gonna see how these teams work it out. So far, Itachi has been fond of taking these solos into the enemy team, but they haven't really been working out in the best way because his flank ultimately gets destroyed by someone in that process. But they are working to put out working together to put out a ton of damage into Slayer here. Still not something that they can walk into though.
Yeah. The no off-crossing though for the side of ERA. Floaty once again trying to jump his way through, but he bumps his head on the ceiling, so he's not going to be able to go through with that jump. Sentry gun's still in play, so that is the only thing preventing Floaty from just flying through. He's going to try to jump his way through, trying to land those rockets down into the medic. The medic does eat a bit. Well, the medic doesn't eat any spam at all. Solly going to come in, trades together with Floaty, and that is going to be repulsed down. The Uber does get forced though. Striker does have a panic moment and pop that Uber charge to save his own life, but that is going to be it. Uber charge.
I don't think they can get very much done here. Your Slayer and Floaty are both down, so I do hope that sapnu Plus could sort of make a push out of lobby. They do already have a sentry watching last, so they can be very confident that they can get back up here.
No, sentry just
he's about 3 health. Running away. He almost takes down the dispenser. Gotta defend the dispenser.
He's gonna try it now. The sentry gun is on the right side of his perspective, but he is still being able to watch the point, and there you go. He's gonna get picked up by Repulse, who's watching last as well. So that is attempted last point cap gone. Both scouts were destroyed on that attempted cap, and they are gonna lose this second point. Floaty once again just peeking through the window to see if he can get any surprise picks. He does spot the demo man, he does spot the medic, but he's not good with land those killing blows, and he's just gonna have to back out and reunite with his team.
Sir9 Sniper has not actually achieved anything this game. It's a bit questionable to be having him run Sniper at this point, especially, I suppose they are running at a disad, and if he makes the play, it will all be justified. But having him run Sniper just definitely means that they won't be able to hold the second point post-Uber fight. Here we come with ERA jumping in through that lower. Slayer gonna chum and make space, putting a lot of damage with Floaty into Habi going down alongside Repulse. Uber has been forced out by Smash, but it is in a position where Striker is just gonna use with Slayer walking in. Oh my goodness, the fight is happening at various places, and the point hasn't been capped yet. But it does seem as though sapnu Plus has gotten the worst end of this fight, and they're just gonna be just gonna be holding back at last once more. With Sir9 still up on that sniper class.
Yeah, and they don't have a sentry up this time around. We don't have apples on the engineer role. All they have is a sniper, but they do have a slight Uber rat, so that's probably the confidence that they have holding this point. Yeah, the ERA players are just not too keen on going in. They know they're at a slight Uber disad. Don't think they're grinding it out as much though compared to the side as the SP players.
Oh my god, Smash has actually, like, it was even and Smash grinded out a 30% advantage. I do not know if ERA are aware of this, but they are running at a disad. So that's what I've been noticing actually. Smash is super good at getting out Ubers early, but for some reason... Oh my god! What am I talking about? For some reason, the reason is Floaty just jumping in and dropping him again. And now ERA are just gonna walk in here with a full Uber at Itachi going down again. Oh, this is definitely a round for ERA. They've already put 2 people on the point, and everyone from sapnu puas jumping into contest a bit too late. Oh my goodness.
Floaty is the playmaker, and that's it. That's all there is. Floaty goes in, he gets the pick down to the medic, and that is it. You can't do anything. Your medic goes +2, and they just push in with that full loop charge. So definitely Floaty opened the door for that final point push, and they just came in all shiny.
The control point is
The midpoint, of course, is going to be up for grabs right now. Here we are on the mid fights. We're going to have some Solis jumping up top to see if he can get the high ground. Repulse going to be jumping in, has his sights down to the medic, but he's going to try to focus down Posey instead. He's going to get pushed out with 20 health and going to get finished off. Floaty, of course, going to make his way around them, picks up Itachi, and that is not going to be looking up on the side of SP. They do back out together with Harvey and the medic, though, so they're both alive, and that's fine. But Surf and the rest of the team is going to start flying in. They're going to try to pick up Harvey, and Harvey is going to go down. The only person up is going to be Smez, but he's going to hold on to that 70% Uber charge.
You cannot back out fast enough for Floaty. He jumped in straight into Harvey, ensuring that he was a pick in the push. And they're gonna be walking in here very aggressively on that left side.
Floaty is on the medic!
Jumping in. The medic did not have Uber charge yet, and he could not serve that rocket. Floaty just shutting him down. Although they are 2 down, and there is a sentry on the right side. ERA could still lose this. In fact, they do seem to be backing out that right side, but Floaty has already effectively secured for his team a 20% advantage. They should choose to grind it out right now and make a repush the moment that they get it.
Ooh, there you go. Floaty just once again just constantly bombing that medic, and Posey is going to start grinding out that Ubi charge together with his medic. Surf going to be really low, but he's going to make his way back to the front lines, grabbing that health pack. Smez, of course, going to try to grind his way through as well, trying to get that Uber charge up, and apparently he is going to be closing that gap very well. 68 for the side of Striker and 62 for the side of Smez, just closing that gap, grinding it together.
Again, Smez, yeah, I was saying Smez builds really hard, but apparently Floaty is his foil, constantly just finding ways to get in onto him. I don't know if it's the rest of his team that's not defending him, or it's just Floaty being too good for him, but Smez has not been able to survive these post fights. At least not as well as he should be.
Yep, Tanchi just watching the lower with Floaty right there. It's just trading rockets for now. And off classes, we got Apples on the engineer role. Going to try to get that dispenser up on the rock once again for his teammates. Sejugan still going to be up on the left side, the same spot as just now. Both medics, of course, holding onto the Uber charge. No sniper on Sunlight this time around. He's still going to be running scout. ERA players not too keen on pushing too far in, too close. And once again, probably just going to wait for Floaty to open the door for them.
Floaty hasn't failed them so far, and I would put my trust in him at this point. He's found so many ways to come in. Goodness, be spotting out this soldier is jumping straight upward for some reason. And they both frag each other. Well, I mean, props, I guess.
Yeah, it happens.
Soldiers just randomly rocket jump straight up for no reason.
So just holding on to the Uber charge, just waiting for stuff to happen. Repulse probably was trying to make his way through to get any picks done. Surf, of course, just going to lay down those sticky traps, wait for people to walk on through blindly. Harvey, of course, going to do the exact same thing. As of right now, they're just hanging really, really far back. And everyone for the side of ERA are going to be buffed up, though, so they may be gearing for something to happen.
It's a stalemate again, but so far stalemates haven't lasted very long. Apple's destroying his teleporter, setting up a whole base camp. Although I don't know, I'm not sure it's why. I know it's 17 minutes, but it's Snake Water, and the way the teams have been playing in this map so far, it looks as though we might be sitting here for a while, and they are sitting at sort of a 1-0 disadvantage.
Yep.
But Itachi and Harvey are constantly poking into that lobby, trying to make things happen, and Repulse is currently on spy behind the enemy medic. If he chooses the right moment, he could turn things around for his team.
He knows Posey's at cheese, so that is going to be one scout away from the medic that might confuse them. So he's going to decloak. He's disguised as a scout already, but Posey, of course, going to go there.
Posey going to spot him out. The play was unsuccessful. Posey choosing just the exact moment to turn around and look at Repulse. Oh, quite unfortunate, but it's gonna trigger the push. Floaty coming in, putting a ton of damage to Harvey, but not enough for Smith to say, I need to pop on you. It was just a sack play. Floaty coming in, not able to make the play, not able to make the pop happen this time, but better luck next time, I guess. But that is gonna be Itachi walking in and getting forced onto Striker, still not popping, finally using the Uber charge, and now Smash has to back out into the lobby. Itachi dying in the process, and this might be really bad because ERA have been making a fairly good success in one-man pushes so far. And are they gonna walk in here? Slayer putting out some spam, but it does seem as though Itachi is just not worth the one-man push.
Yeah, they're probably not gonna push in because they still got that sentry gun up, and without Uber, that's gonna be a huge pain in the ass. So they're just gonna hang back, wait for the Uber charge to come up. Momotan just trying to spam down that sentry with his pew pew pistol, but Sernai just gonna stand right there and say nope. So right now, everyone's just going to start resetting once again. Apple still has his sentry gun up. He's just holding his shotgun, standing on the point, walking about, making sure no one decides to push in. Sticky Trap's being laid down once again, and it's just going to be a reset until they get that Uber charge back up. Repul's going to go back onto that spiral, and let's see what he can do.
Hasn't been very... Again, off-class plays are not what are winning these people these games. It's just like alternate people just making things happen, fragging. I've not seen an off-class play be successful so far. Here we go, repass. Correcting me immediately. What is this cast? This cause I am experiencing. He does walk into two people at lower, but that is still the full ad for Smash. I think they're just gonna wait for repulse to spawn and finally make some sort of successful push.
So that backstab went down. Perfect timing coming up from Repulse with the scout away from the medic. He disguises as a scout, gets the backstab down. And poor Striker is not going to have that full Uber charge to contest this second point. Floaty going to be jumping back, possibly just backing out all the way. You see they're not too keen on holding too close. And yeah, there we go. The SP player is just pushing out with that Uber charge and just jumping forward. Itachi trying to get a pick down to Surf, but Surf just trying to backpedal away from all that spam. Itachi eventually going to get popped that Uber charge.
I don't see why they should have popped that. Posy was a pick, and Itachi being picked off at that point wasn't really like a big deal. I would say that that's actually a misplay on the part of Smash. Shouldn't have used the Uber charge there. Though they are still trying to make use of this number advantage with Harvey pushing into this kitchen side, trying to make space for the rest of his team. It is going to be a pick though, because Floaty jumps straight into his face, and now he has an opportunity. He sees the opportunity to get onto the medic, but Itachi showing him up, and oh my goodness!
Double air shot.
Absolutely destroying him. And although the Uber charge advantage is still in the hands of Striker, and they do seem to want to wait for the enemy team, for the rest of their players to come in here.
Yeah, but that's going to cost them that Uber ad. They've already got 90 up on Smez, and that Uber ad is effectively gone. So we're going to have Harvey just slowly poke his way through the Saw Room, just trying to lay down those sticky traps to see if there are any traps set by Serve. But yeah, no trap set inside the Saw Room. They're just hanging back right now, not too keen to go in.
You notice that Momotan is actually all the way behind?
Ooh.
I don't know how he ended up there. But I think he's gonna go for a back cap here.
No, he spots the Demo Man.
He spots the Demo Man. Seems like the Demo Man is a pick. Oh, but Harvey has the time and manages to get away at the last second, and Momotan becomes the pick himself. And that is definitely both scouts down for the side.
Striker drops!
Oh, Striker drops. Where is the fight happening right now? It's just players scattered all over the place. They should be choosing the walk, like some new puas should be choosing the walk in here. They have the heal advantage and the man advantage. I do not know why they are moving so slowly, but speed up, boys.
Yeah, but Itachi comes in, picks up Striker. That is once again the Uber charge going back into the hands of Smez. And they're just going to have to count on Floaty once again to try and get the pick or the pop or the drop onto the medic.
He's
going to start jumping in right now. He knows where the medic is. He's trying to land those rockets, but he's going to have to jump out. Too much spam right there, too much damage, too much danger. And he's just not going to risk his life for that. Going to have some players for the side of SP jumping in. Once again, Itachi tries to get another pick, but that's not going to happen. And they're just going to have to be content with capturing this midpoint together. Just stacking on that point.
They still have quite a bit of ad though, so they can still take second. I would say optimally they would be able to take second without having the pop here, because if they do pop, they're gonna get rebounded upon. And see, they're making that charge into lower, but Sunai dies to Surf's trap, which is already putting them at a slight disadvantage. They don't have that much ad, and there's a lot of spam, and Floaty coming in, forcing out the Uber on the side of Smash. The best that they can hope for is to cap this point and then back out immediately, although Momotan and Floaty are running around behind the Uber, coming in from Striker, picking off Harvey in the process. Smash has to run out here. He's already out way ahead of the rest of his team, with Itachi jumping in to try and make a play on Striker.
Floaty just falls down and dies. But yeah, Itachi was right behind them. He almost got the picks down, but it just wasn't successful with everyone turning around just in time. They're just going to have to stack this point with the spawners coming in for the side of SP. They've got the forward spawn, so that is something that they have to be worried about. We do have Slayer all the way inside, though, 56 health. All the way
He's going to be a pick.
Yeah, he's going to get picked up by Apples and Sernai working together, so that is going to be him down. But midpoint, of course, is going to go into the hands of ERA. Currently, they are still going to be 1 point up, 11 minutes counting down. The SP players, man, they have to make something happen if they want to maintain the running, possibly push to the golden cap, and you can't have another 1-0 loss going down.
Yep, Repulse getting picked off by Floaty's bomb. Floaty jumping all the way out, getting covered by his scouts. The rest of the Sapnu Nos can't find an angle to push in, even though they had a slight ad for a few seconds there. And now Surf says, I want to peek aggressively into the saw area, trying to work some sort of pick with the damage, but I think it's just going to be a spam fest as both teams equalize their Ubers and stalemate once more. Oh, it's going to be one of those stalemates, I can feel it.
Yeah, it's just going to be another stalemate. Everyone's just going to be standing around waiting for something to happen again. Floaty, of course, going to be the playmaker, probably just jumping forward to see if he can do anything up on the catwalk before he decides to run in. Momentan does spot the Solly down below inside the kitchen area, but he's going to be backing out, I guess, right there. Yeah, Repulse going to back out anyway. Itachi going to be spamming through the saw room, but apart from that, nothing much else getting done. Sernine and Apples just running around together hand in hand. The two scout friends just running around. They have their sights down to Floaty. They have to shut him down if they want to prevent any...
Oh my god.
Floaty.
Floaty holding that kitchen and Surf just spamming pipes into the lower, and in the meantime Sernine trying to back his team out with Harvey down in that lower. Everything is just collapsing with picks coming out at the lower, like 4 picks coming out at that lower play. This is gonna set Sapnu Nos back a few minutes. They're gonna be holding that last just 2 up with Itachi desperately attempting to hold on to the point as long as he can until the spawners come in. Ubers do get forced out and the trade is happening on the point with Momentan dancing around at 23 health. Sapnu Nos have lost 2 other players, and the rest of ERA are a little bit low, but it all comes down to who can land the most shots. Momentan picking up Itachi in the process, and Sernine, just the only person left running around, trying to get picks elsewhere where they do not matter, but that's gonna mean that ERA are gonna pick this up 2-0, putting Sapnu Nos back again a few steps.
Yeah, 2 points up, 9 minutes and 15 seconds counting down on the server clock. SP players have to put their best foot forward this point on, because the time is getting really tight based on how long these games have been going on. Floaty, of course, going to be jumping forward, has his sights down to Harvey, tosses out some lovely damage into his face, but Harvey is still going to be alive, but not for long.
Oh my god.
Floaty just comes in and finishes the job. Not too sure why Harvey didn't grab that health pack. Floaty jumping forward, has his sights onto everyone else. Floaty definitely the playmaker, but Sernine is going to finish him off. It does look like they are going to be dropping quite a number of players for the side of SP.
Health is really bad for Sapnu Nos though.
Itachi going to be at 9 health, going to have to wait for an arrow before he can push forward. Surf going to be on the point, Slayer going to be up top on the catwalk, and Repulse apparently still alive on the point, just right there because reasons, but Surf is eventually going to finish him off. And there we go, midpoint is going to go into the hands of ERA. They're just going to be pushing forward aggressively, I guess. They've got that fully recharged, as does Smaz. Slayer just going to be watching around the field area, going to be jumping his way onto the point. Aggressive bomb coming in from Repulse, I believe. Itachi going to be right there as well. Yeah, he's going to be really low, but the medics going to be right there to heal him back up. The health pack is there, up the grab.
Striker does force out. Oh, but oh my god, Floaty just jumps in and drops Smash again, effectively making this the greatest Uber of Striker's life. They come in and just frag everyone. So many people collapsing for the side of Sapnu Nos, all the way down with only Apples left to defend the point. Spawn is coming in 3 seconds. There's already someone, and Apples can't seem to find the heart in him to defend that, and they make the score 3-0 at 7 minutes. I don't want to say, I don't want to jinx things, but I do believe that Sapnu Nos are kind of collapsing at this point. They've got to be exhausted after playing so many tight games.
Yeah, but it's not impossible to have a comeback though. That round just went by in under 2 minutes, I think, and if Sapnu Nos pull off that kind of aggression, pull off those kind of plays, they will be able to grab 3 points within this time limit, and they will be able to push this into the golden cap. But as things stand right now, they have to put the best foot forward. We've got Itachi up top taking names, Floaty going to be the first one taken out, doing Smith fight exchange. Everyone else is going to be a little bit low for the side of SP though. The medic trying his very best to toss out those arrows. Momentan going to toss out those scatter shots into the faces of the players as well. Itachi does spot him inside the kitchen area, but he's going to chase him all the way back out. And midpoint still up for grabs right now. We've got Harvey standing on the point trying to toss out those stickies into the faces of ERA, but they're just going to be backing out, not too keen on contesting this mid fight with Posey and Floaty down. But there you go, Slayer's going to come back in. They've got that 89% Uber charge with Smez at full charge. They need to get that force down, if not even a drop. There you go, the pop is going to go down, and Itachi is going to focus down Striker, but he does get his Uber charge up in time, and that is going to be huge for them. They're going to be able to push all the way back, with Slayer pushing them all the way back without any more shiny players in the front lines. But it doesn't really matter anymore because they're just going to be backing out, and as will ERA apparently. And yeah, just backing out to the second point because they did lose their Solly right there at the front lines, and they're just content with holding on to the second point. They are going to be 3 points up right now, so it's up to the SP players to push forward aggression with that aggression they need to cap 3 points within this time limit. 6 minutes counting down. Harvey going to start sticking that point. We got Floaty right there getting tossed about in the air. Can he survive that fall? Yes, he can apparently with 4 health. He's going to survive that. Surf going to try to spam his pipes through all the way to the other side. Harvey and the rest of the team apparently backing out because they're going to get pushed out by the ERA players. So now going to be at 9 health, and the splash damage is going to finish him off. Only 3 players up at the front lines for the side of SP, with aggression coming in from ERA, with Surf just come surfing across the map, but he's going to get finished off with an Uber pop for the side of SP, and that is not going to be good, with Striker currently standing at 80% Uber charge, and Smez currently only at 7. They're just going to have to back out. I don't think they want to contest this game, contest this mid fight with just 20% Uber charge.
5 minutes left. I don't really think there's very much that sapnu puas can do anymore, especially since they don't have very much momentum in their favor. All EIA have to do is just hold out for the next 5 minutes. Unless sapnu puas can pick up 3 rounds, unless sapnu puas can pick up 1 round for 2 minutes, I really do not think that there is any way they can do this. ERA are choosing to push in instead of holding, just playing passively, and that's gonna force Smash to back out all the way. The rest of sapnu puas holding in a pretty tight position. They're gonna come and recontest, but oh my god, Itachi just gets absolutely destroyed by Surf. And the bomb coming in from Floaty to try and pick up Smash at post-fight. I don't know. All of this stuff is just playing for time in ERA's favor with only 4 minutes left and 3-0. I really do think that the only thing that sapnu puas can do is just tighten up the scoreline.
Yeah, they've got that Uber charge ready to go. They're going to want to try to push in to get this cap and then push on to last with that Uber charge. Striker needs to grind up that Uber charge if they want to defend that final point. We got Posey on Sniper right now. Apart from that, we've got nothing else. No NG play right now. They're comfortable with a 3-point lead. 4 minutes counting down. They really need to get this. It's going to be really tight. I think it's pretty much it. But they can still try to close that gap. Posey just holding on to that sniper rifle, just watching left and right. Floaty just spawning in right now. Surf's just going to do the usual demo man stuff, as will Harvey. And just a lot of spam going on the right side, with Harvey eating quite a bit of spam right there. The arrow just whizzing past his face, and apparently healing the Solly instead of Harvey. And there we go. Floaty going to be right there, getting absolutely destroyed by the pipes coming up from Harvey.
Yeah, still playing for time here. Harvey peeking in, trying to make something work, and Sun9 trying to get up Surf, but Surf is just absolutely denying him. The Uber is popped in on the right side, and in turn Striker pops out this Uber, but it really, neither teams have really achieved anything, which again is still in EIA's favor. They're just waiting for things to happen here. Repulse does get a backstab onto Floaty, surviving for a bit longer than he should have, but still, again, pointless in the face of the fact that now EIA are 4 up with all of their players. All the players for sapnu puas just going down, and Smith surviving but running out through lower, not able to pick up anything. It definitely is trash time here. They're just going to be farming for frags.
Yeah, the sentry gun was up for way too long. Then he gets taken down once again. They're well aware that they're not going to be coming back from a 3-0 lead. And we got Repos coming in though. He's going to be able to pick up Surf. He's still jumping about, still up and well, but the scatter shot's coming up from Sun9. Going to pick up Floaty. Repos still alive behind them. Striker going to be a little bit low. Not even, yeah, he's going to grab the health back. He's going to be fine, but he's going to get finished off. Striker right there. Going to be alive with Repos going down. Sun9 going down shortly after. And 2 minutes and 20 seconds counting down. We've got the spawners coming in, but for the side of SP, they're still 3 down. I don't think they're going to be able to contest this midpoint with Striker currently at 85% Uber charge.
Yeah, I want to say that the game could really have gone either way at 8 minutes. And I do believe that is true. Like at 8 minute mark, I think at the 8 minute mark, it was still like 1-0. and both teams were still going back and forth. But the moment that Sapnu lost that one mid fight, but I can't remember how they lost it, but they just immediately collapsed. Like 4 people died in that lower, and they couldn't do anything. They had to back out all the way to last. It's just, you know, the 3-0 score doesn't define how even this game was.
Yeah. It was really close games.
And at this point, I think what's showing up a lot more in this map is just how much Posey is controlling the enemy scouts. Like, Posey and Momotan just need to exist in order for Sir9 and Apple's effectiveness to immediately lessen, and then you can take advantage of the fact that Floaty is such a god at this game and is apparently getting in repeatedly onto the medic. Like as you gotta say that the DM advantage at this point really is to Posey and Floaty's favor.
Yeah, Floaty just comes flying in and picks up the medic again. And yeah, they're just going to be pushing forward. They want to make this a 4-0 maybe, but they've got 50 seconds to do so. And I think pretty much right now they're just going to start fragging just for funds. And they've got 4 players down. Everyone knows, I mean, they're 5 players down with the only person not being Repulse, and he's just trying his very best to defend his final point all by his lonesome. We've got the Scout capturing that second point. We've got 34 seconds to make something happen. Repulse going to get 23 health, somehow still surviving, but Striker's arrow going to finish him off in the end. We've got the spawners coming in for the side of SP, and the Uber, of course, going to get popped for the side of ERA. This is pretty much going to be it. All they have to do is just stand.
Yeah, this is the last dying breath of Sapnu Puas as they desperately defend this point. People from ERA are just jumping in repeatedly for fun. Not really. They don't really have to do anything. They've already won.
Yep.
It's a shame, really. It could have been a lot closer, but it really was like close enough for me to say that Sapnu Puas put up a really good fight.
Yeah, they did put up a really good fight. Despite it looking like, you know, 3-0, it's a pretty scary number. But huge plays coming from both sides, especially. I mean, just Floaty alone, that's just crazy what he's been doing so far. Yeah, we've got the logs up on screen right now. Surf is going to be our top damage at 9.5k, with Hitachi not too far behind at 9.2. We've got Floaty at 8.7, and top fragger, of course, is going to be Posey with a whopping 24 kills with a scattergun accuracy of 59%. Not too shabby, but still, he is going to be the top fragger of tonight's matchup. KD, of course, is going to be Posey as well with a 3.0 KD, Surf behind at 2.0, and then Slayer, of course, with a 1.7. Floaty, despite him constantly flying in, his KD is going to be 0.7, still a positive KD, despite him just doing what he does.
He was the playmaker for EIA. He was the critical piece of EIA that just made them come together and be able to push well. And Posey like just set things in for them. Like he's just picking up the frags that other people weren't able to. And on the flank, he just seemed to make things work. You know, like every moment where the flank of Sapnu Puas was breaking down was because Posey was just a thorn in their side, walking forward at just the right moments.
Yeah, so definitely Floaty, just the fact that he bombs the way he does and just so successful every time, picking up the medic bomb after bomb. I mean, honestly, I can feel the frustration coming up from Smez, just constantly getting picked by Floaty right there. But all in all, I mean, Smez did still have lots of moments where he held on to that Ubi charge, just not dropping it at all, just keeping faith in his team, and just hoping that they protect him from all the danger that's coming right in front of his face. So yeah, definitely Floaty is going to be my MVP for tonight.
That was a great game.
Oh yeah, very entertaining game coming up from the Div 2 upper bracket tonight. But yeah, that's gonna be it. We've got the scores up on the streams, the stream right now. Gully Wash 2-1 in favor of SP with the help of a golden cap. CP Process 1-0, so tight into the hands of ERA, and then finally CP Snake Order with a very dominating presence, but still a very even fight. But 3-0 into the hands of ERA, mainly I would say mainly due to the help of Floaty. But those are going to be the scores. ERA, they are going to be the ones who maintain their position up inside the upper bracket. SP, it's not the end of the world, it's not the end of the season. They are going to be pushed down into the lower bracket, but it's fine, you know, they can still claw their way back up. It just depends who they're going to be facing off against next week. But as it stands right now, that is going to be the scores, and that is that's going to be it. ERA, they're going to be the current champs for tonight. And definitely looking forward to more stuff, more bombs and more performance stuff coming out from Floaty.
Alright.
Do you have any shoutouts you want to do?
Shoutouts to my team who had to scream it on me because I agreed to this beforehand.
Nice. Shout out to you for joining me on the casting panel again.
Always a pleasure, always.
Yeah. And of course, shout out to all you lovely people currently inside Twitch chat. Thank you all for hanging out. And shout out to ERA. Congratulations for taking those 2 maps. Very stellar performance for both sides, of course, SP as well as ERA. Shout out to Harvey and Striker, of course, for providing me all the necessary stuff that I needed for this cast. And shout out to AsiaFortress, our small community, but our very lovely family. That is going to be all for tonight, so I guess, yeah, good night.
Night.
The first man's name was Kiki. He wore such little pants. His brother was the champion, but Kiki loved to dance. The second man was Choo-Choo, a master of romance. He loved the damsel in distress, but not as much as dance. And then one day it happened. They went off to the world. They went on to a journey, idolized by the boys and girls. They learned so many lessons in all the foreign lands. But no matter where they wound up, they never stopped the dance. One day inside the station, in Amsterdam perchance, the men were dancing side by the man with the crooked glance. They turned to face each other. It was just happenstance that these 2 men would meet that day and do that fateful dance. Wow, you can really dance. Wow, you can really dance. He went. They said, we've both been dancing all this time. What a coincidence. friends and they danced together like no one's danced before. The diplomats were dancing, they cancelled all of the war.
No more.
The whole world celebrated with no more violence. And all because these men